Hello guys, can someone confirm if you're able to hear me and see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll start in a few minutes. I don't see a lot of people joining, so we'll take 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, guys, we'll start with the session for today. So, in the previous class, what were we doing? We were talking about OOPS, and we did a little bit of revision of abstraction, and majorly we discussed about encapsulation, right? All of you remember, guys, yesterday? And we were trying to clear some of the doubts around abstraction and what are abstract methods and what are concrete methods. So, is there anyone who's having any confusion or doubt till here? Did we miss out anything? Today's plan is to cover exception handling and few other topics which I have left earlier. Like here, I think we did not discuss about arcs and quarks. So we'll discuss that quickly, and we'll focus majorly on exception handling. Okay. So here, let me put. Uh, so I was asking string would be covered. We did not discuss the string, is it? Okay, we'll talk about strings also. String as a data type, I think we did not discuss. And one more thing we did not discuss, which was index slicing. I don't know how I forgot this, but slicing in lists is something I did not discuss. So this also I will talk about today. Okay. And we will talk about, we'll create one new notebook. Or I can put it here only. I will talk about exception handling. Okay. One more thing I can talk about, which is file handling. Okay, these few things we will talk about, and then we will conclude our Python section. And then after that, we'll start with our DSA, introduction to DSA. And we'll also spend some time if anyone has any questions or doubts from previous sections or what we discussed yesterday or any other previous class, we can cover that before we before we close the chapter for Python and start with our next module. Is that okay with everyone, guys?
Yes.
Okay, chalo. So we'll start with a quick revision of what we were doing yesterday, and then we will go to the next topic. Okay, so majorly yesterday we were talking about the four pillars of OOPS, and we did a high level understanding of what was inheritance, polymorphism, abstraction, and we got to know about encapsulation. So within encapsulation we talked about what are private variables, protected variables, right, and public variables, right, and we understood what is name mangling in Python. All of you are clear on what is name mangling, right? And these are the things that we talked about. Okay, in OOPS, one more thing let me cover, because I think I mentioned it yesterday, which is at the rate property decorator. Mm, Jayesh is saying that I'm not audible. Guys, you cannot hear me, all of you. Is the audio clear? Jayesh, there must be some issue from your side. Okay, Imran is saying getter and setter. Getter and setter is a part of property decorator, although it's a slightly advanced thing, so it's not needed for a basic Python course, but we'll talk about that. Mm, some example of static method and class method. I think in the previous class, somebody was asking, who was asking about static method and class method. Did you clarify the doubt? Did we discuss this? I told you what are class methods and where we are needing it. Class methods are which? What are class methods? Can someone tell me? I told you that before talking about class methods, think about class attributes. Okay, class attributes are those attributes which belong to the class, or you can say all the shared by all the instances of shared by all the instances of the class. Okay, I gave you some examples. What are the examples that I gave you about class attributes? Guys, please respond when I'm asking something. Class methods. Class methods allow us to make changes to the class attributes. There are other uses of class methods also. Like for example, they are also uh, alternate constructors. But we will not talk about all that. Okay. And what are static methods? Those utility methods that don't take class or instance as a parameter. They are general purpose utility methods. Okay, that is kept in the class. Why? Because it's logically connected to the class. Okay. One more thing. Yesterday, when I was talking about encapsulation, I talked about private variables and private and public variables. Just like variables, the methods also can be private. Okay. Sometimes we will add underscore before certain methods, but mostly you are going to use encapsulation for private and public attributes. Okay. That is also not. It's not like you are going to use it much in the DSA course, but as a part of OOPS general knowledge, you should know these things. Okay. So, guys, is everyone clear up till here? Whatever we have discussed in OOPS. Any part you have not understood? Yesterday we could not spend so much time. Shashwati saying class attributes like name, friend, etc. from human. Let's say Ashish, class methods like adding someone to the friend list. No. Okay, let us talk about property decorator. Okay, what is property decorator? What are getter and setters? Getter and setters basically allow us. So yesterday, if you take example from yesterday itself, when we were talking about encapsulation, what example did we take? We took this example, this bank account. Let us work with this bank account and let us understand this getter and setter methods also. Just give me 1 second. Okay, let us take this bank account. Okay, so yesterday when we were talking about encapsulation, we mentioned that this balance attribute is something that we want to keep as private. Okay, and we want to uh, make some changes to this balance through some methods like deposit and withdraw. Okay, and we don't want someone to directly make any change to this balance, right? We don't want someone to just set the balance as 10,000 or 20,000. We said that we are going to encapsulate it. We want to make it protected, or we want to make it encapsulated, and we want someone to make the change only through a method which is deposit or withdraw. And in order to prevent that, we tried making it private, and then we tried to make it protected, then we tried to make it private. Does everyone recall this discussion that we had yesterday? Okay, today we are going to approach the same problem but through a different method, which is called as a getter and setter. So getter and setter in other languages are also there. In Python it is not so direct. It comes through a property decorator, so we need to decorate this. But what is the purpose of this getter and setter, that we will talk about? Okay, so this allows us, basically the property decorator, this allows us to access a method like an attribute. Okay, what does it mean, access method like an attribute? Okay, while providing access control through access control to get and set the attribute. All of you, no, none of you must have understood what this means. Okay, so we are going to understand what this means. So this basically means that, let me create this bank account from scratch again. Okay, so I'm creating this bank account again. Okay, and I'm writing this init method. Let me write this init method, and I will say I just want balance. I don't want anything else. And I will say self dot balance is equal to balance. Fine. This is the attribute that I'm creating. Now, yesterday we discussed that we are able to change this balance whenever we want by putting some value. Like for example, if we create some account here is equal to bank account. Okay, and if we say balance is equal to 5,000. Okay, so we are able to access this balance here like this, and we are also able to set this balance. Suppose 5,000, I want to make it 10,000. I'm able to make it, and I'm able to change it. Okay, but now what I want to do, I want to add some kind of access control to this. Okay, I want some custom logic. I want some custom logic to be put in place when I'm running this statement. So you can say, okay, sir, if you want to do that, then just create some method. Okay, just create some method like deposit and withdraw. Very simple. You can say this. Okay, but no, I want to add some more things here. Okay, and I don't want to add it like this. I want to make it like this itself. I want this account dot balance is equal to 10,000. It should be run this way only. Or I also want to prohibit this. Suppose I don't want this statement to run. If someone tries to run this statement, I want to throw an error. Do you guys understand the problem statement? Are you guys following me? Or suppose if I have one username, okay, or I want to have holder, or let us just skip this much so that you don't get confused. Okay. So what I can do here, there's an alternate way of approaching this, which is that I will not have this balance as an attribute. Here, balance is an attribute. Okay. So what I'm saying is I will not have this balance as an attribute. Rather, I will create this balance as a method. I will create this balance as a method. Okay. Suppose this is the version that you were having earlier. Suppose this is one version, and now I'm writing another version of the same code. But in this version of the code, I'm not putting this self.balance here. Okay. I am creating one method. Pay attention. Balance here. Okay. And I want this balance. I want this balance to be accessed like an attribute. What do I mean by this? What is the difference between accessing an attribute and accessing a method? Can someone tell me in chat? Guys, please respond. What is the meaning? Okay, Sai Krishna is saying correct. Attribute, if you want to access, if I suppose if I'm creating like this, bank account. Okay, if I create it like this, I need to add some balance here. Balance is equal to suppose 2000. Okay, so if I want to access an attribute, I will access it like this. And if I want to access a method, then I'm going to access it like this. Okay, but what I want is I want to access this attribute only, which is a method, but I want to access it like an attribute, which means I don't want this double bracket. Why I don't want this? Because suppose you have written this logic already, okay, and someone is already using your code, and they are already accessing your balance by using this syntax, which is account.balance. Okay, and they are trying to set it 3000. Suppose when you wrote the code for the first time, you have written this logic, and they are using this statement to change the balance. For example, suppose they are using this statement to check the balance or assign a balance. Now I want to make this, I want to add some logic that will control how this statement is running. For example, if I'm adding 3000 and there is an upper limit of maybe 2000, I don't want to add balance which is more than 2000, or I want to put some check. I want to add some password verification. I want to add some authentication. Nobody should just come and change the balance. Suppose some kind of a logic I want to write whenever someone is running this statement. Okay, that is what I'm trying to do here. I hope the problem is clear. Problem statement is clear. So what I will do, I will create this balance as a property decorator. I will use this and I will consider, I will make this balance as a property. Now this balance is a property. Okay, and here I can have a private variable. Here I can have a private variable. I can say self dot underscore balance is equal to balance. And through this property, I will return self dot underscore balance. Till now, everything must be seeming fine because, okay, I've created a method. Within that method, I'm returning this. This work we have done earlier. But by adding this property, what happens is this balance is now acting like it will be accessed just like you're accessing an attribute, although it is a method. Okay, so I'll show you how it is working. I'm creating this. Okay, and now if I come here and if I do account dot balance, you see it is working. Although we don't have any attribute called balance here. Are you observing? Are you guys understanding what I'm saying? We don't have any attribute called balance. Still, we are able to access it. How we are able to access it? We are able to access it using this method. But you will say, sir, this is a method I should have used like this. But that is the job of a property decorator. So what will happen now? Anyone who was using your code earlier, he was trying to use the code like this. After you have made your change, then also they are able to access like this. Okay. So someone is saying that this is a getter. You are right. This is a getter method. This is a getter, we say. This helps us get the method, get the value of a property. Okay, using a normal syntax. Now you can say that, okay, what is the need for this? I could have just written the balance here, self.balance or self._balance, and I could have done it like this, or I could have written some method also. Okay, sure. But what is the reason why I'm doing like this?
Sir, is there a mandatory that the property name, like a balance, should be the same spelling, like lower uppercase can be done, or the same thing, like attribute name give balance, right? Method name is also give balance. So the name.
Where?
The property name you gave as def as balance, right? Small.
This one. Okay.
And the and attribute is also balance. So naming convention is there.
This is only attribute.
Okay, it can be any balance or something like that. You have to give, or the attribute.
You can put here something else you want. You can put it Apple.
Okay.
Then when you come here, you have to access it Apple.
Okay. Got it.
Whatever is the name of this method, that method itself is being treated as an attribute.
Okay.
Okay. Now you will say, why I am doing this? I am doing what is the benefit of doing this? The benefit of doing this is that here I can add here I can add some custom logic. For example, whenever I'm trying to check my balance, I want some OTP to go to my phone. I should not be able to access it like this. Whenever I'm trying to look for my balance, for example, you are in your UPI and you go there and you want to check your balance. There is a OTP authentication, or there is some kind of authentication, or you want to do some face ID, password, PIN, whatever. So that logic you can put here. Okay, without breaking the syntax that was earlier there. So without breaking syntax, I'm able to add custom logic or custom protection or whatever I want in this method. And whatever I write here, suppose if I write print, you are trying to access your balance. Suppose you want to send some message that you try to access your balance. Whenever you are trying to log into your system, you'll get some message or some email that you tried to access your account on so and so device, on so and so date, so and so location. Please approve, send some OTP, verification code, all that, blah, blah. There are many things that are there. So all of that custom logic you can add here without changing the name. Earlier also it was balance. Earlier also you were accessing like this. Now also you are accessing like this, but we have made some changes. Okay, in the behind. So you can also say in terms of abstraction, the interface is same, but we have changed the implementation backend. So property decorator is allowing us to do that. And it is also allowing us to maintain some kind of readability. Earlier also it was balance. Now, if you were trying to access it in some other way, you would have written get balance, set balance, fetch balance. You are not doing any of that. We are just using the word balance. We are able to do that. Okay, did you guys understand this? Now, if you see here, if I try to put some value, suppose I'm saying my balance is how much? 2000. Suppose I want to hack the system and I want to put, instead of 2000, I want to put 5000. You see, I'm getting an error. I'm not able to do this. Earlier, I was able to do this. Now I'm not able to do this. Why I'm not able to do this? Because I have created this balance as a property. And when I'm making something as a property, I have to define what happens when we are trying to get, what happens when we are trying to set. So I have not defined how this value has to be set. Okay, that's why I'm getting an error. So if I don't put any setter, I have written the getter. This is the getter. But if I have not put any setter, so if I don't put any setter, or if I don't put any deleter, then here there are getter, setter, and deleter. Three things are there. Okay. If I don't put any getter, setter, and deleter, then I will not be able to make any changes also. So this is also one protection that I'm putting. Okay. So how to add a setter? So what we can do here, we can come here and we can write one method okay, which will be balance. Okay, this is balance, and I will put here, I will say at the rate balance dot setter. Okay, I will write like this, and here I can put some logic that when I'm trying to set, I will always take some value. Okay, now what to do with this, that I can put here. I can say print, you are trying to set some value. Okay, and then whatever you want to add some password, you want to add some pin, you want to send some message, whatever you want to do, you can do here. And then you can say self dot underscore balance is equal to val. Okay, you can also put some logic here that if val is greater than 0 something, whatever you want to put, you can put here. Otherwise you can put here raise exception. I can say if else raise exception, invalid action, something like this. Or you can try to authenticate, and you can say authentication failed, whatever you want to do, you can do here. So I have run this, I have now created this setter. Now I'll come here. Okay, and now I'll do this balance. Okay, so this is getter. We are accessing the balance method, but like an attribute. Okay, and this is the C, the line is running here, you are trying to access your array, which means our custom logic, whatever we have put, that is running. Now instead of this print statement, you can put whatever logic you want to put. Now I'm trying to do this setter. You can see it is saying you are trying to set some value. Now if I go and look at account.balance, now it should be 5,000. So we have created custom logic that happens when we are trying to get and we are trying to set. Did you guys understand this? Will we be able to create the property balance as private and protected as well? No, means what is the point to make it private? Because you are only putting getter and setter. The purpose of getter and setter is so that people can use it. So why will you make it private?
So at the rate property itself is a getter. Balance dot setter, that is required if we are defining at the rate property. So there is no such like balance dot setter. The at the rate property itself is a balance dot setter, balance dot getter, right?
So
I do not understand. Say again.
So is it a balance?
Balance dot setter, the balance that balance itself, this at the rate property we define itself is a balance dot getter, right?
ये वाला
right.
हाँ, ये getter है.
हाँ, तो इसमें बैलेंस डॉट गेटर ऐसा कुछ डिफाइन करने का
नहीं. Dot getter ऐसा नहीं होता. नहीं.
whenever we are defining this one,
हाँ.
then it's mandatory to balance dot setter that need to be defined in the different method.
Not
right?
mandatory. Up to you. If you want someone to set, then you put it. If you want nobody should set the value, then don't put it.
Is it property tag is only used for the getter?
Sorry. I can't hear clearly. Be louder.
So I'm asking, is that property tag can be used only for setter? Sorry, getter.
Yeah, you are here property means that this balance you are creating it as a property. Or this is also getter.
Okay, can't we use it as setter? And later on as a getter, we can use at the rate of balance dot getter or something like that. At the rate.
Why you will want to do that?
My question was that property tag is always for the getter.
Yes.
Okay.
And without this getter, we can also use the balance dot setter, right?
If you have not defined a property, then how will setter come into picture? This balance is a property. That's why it has a getter and a setter.
Okay.
How will Python know कि इसको अलग ट्रीट करना है? इसको अगर आप हटा दोगे तो ये एक मेथड बन जाएगा. फिर इसमें जब आप when you put a setter, how will Python know that इसको अलग से ट्रीट करना है? इसको अलग से ट्रीट करना है तो ऐसे पता चलेगा जब ये प्रॉपर्टी डिफाइन करेंगे ना.
Okay.
And the name of getter and setter should be same, just like
Yes.
balance.
Yes. Then only Python will know कि ये जो method है. So what happens when you are trying to run this statement? This method is being called. That is what is happening. और इस मेथड में आप जो भी लिखोगे वो एग्जीक्यूट होगा. तो कहाँ पे क्या सेट करना है वो आपको देखना है. तो यहाँ पे मैंने बैलेंस को एक्चुअली यहाँ पे स्टोर किया हुआ है एक प्रोटेक्टेड वेरिएबल में. इस वेरिएबल को मैं चेंज कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन चेंज करने के साथ अगर मुझे कुछ कस्टम लॉजिक भी डालना है, ठीक है, तो वो इस मेथड में मैं डाल सकता हूँ. सपोज यहाँ पे आपको पूछना है कि एंटर योर पासवर्ड यूजर से, कि जब भी बैलेंस कोई फेच करना चाहे, बैलेंस जब सेट करना चाहे, तो आपको यहाँ पे पासवर्ड पूछना है. तो यहाँ पे डाल सकते हो कि पासवर्ड इज इक्वल टू एंटर इनपुट एंटर द पासवर्ड, ऐसे करके, ठीक है. एंड इफ पासवर्ड इज इक्वल टू, सपोज आपने कुछ पासवर्ड सेव किया है 123, अगर ये पासवर्ड सेट किया है तो ही यहां पे जाएंगे, अदरवाइज वी विल रेज एन एक्सेप्शन. इनवैलिड पासवर्ड. मैं एग्जांपल दे रहा हूं, आई एम जस्ट गिविंग एन एग्जांपल. ओके, सो नाउ व्हाट विल हैपन, कहां पे गलती हो गया, इक्वल टू. Okay, so now you see I'm creating one bank account. The balance is 2000. Now I'm trying to set some value. So when I'm trying to set the value, I have to enter a password now. So if I enter 345, then it is saying invalid password. I'm not able to set it. It's like when you try to access in your ATM, you have to enter the PIN, right? Now here you can use a while loop and you can ask the user to enter it 3 times. If they are not entering 3 times correctly, then you can lock their account. You can disable their account for 1 hour. Many things you can do. All of those is not possible if you simply do account.balance is equal to 5,000. Now you can say that, sir, we could have done it using a deposit method. I could have written a deposit method and written the same logic. Correct? You can say that. Yes, that is true. But here the idea is readability. I'm trying to use this syntax. So property decorator is allowing me to use this syntax. Otherwise, you can do that account.deposit and same logic you can put. 5,000, and when I do this, you can write one deposit method and you can ask user to enter password, whatever method you want. But this logic is allowing us to continue doing that using the syntax, earlier syntax. That's why I gave you this example first. That suppose you have written it like this. Once you have written it like this, now you want to modify it without disturbing the syntax, because the user is already using like this. So you can't go, if you are having 10,000 users, you can't go to every user and say that, okay, if you are using it like this, don't use it. Now use like this, account.deposit. So then you are changing the interface. So usually we don't want to change the interface. We want to change the implementation. So you can see a little bit of abstraction concept is coming into picture here. I hope all of you understood. Sai Krishna is saying that assigning value to any attribute for code in real-time use cases, we can have more control on attribute value changing. Yes, you can say that. Mohammed is saying property decorator is used only for getter and setter functionality. No, there is also deleter. So you can also, suppose you want to delete the balance. Okay, you want to delete the balance. Suppose I will create one more example I will take. One more example I will give you. Okay, I did not want to cover this, but I thought you will benefit. Okay, suppose I'm creating one employee class. Okay, I'm having one init method, and I'm taking self, and I'm taking name, and I'm taking email. I'm not taking email, I'm taking name, and I'm taking, suppose, department. Fine. Okay, and I'm creating self dot name is equal to name, and I'm taking self dot department is equal to department. Fine. And I also want email. Self dot email. I also want one email. Okay, so how can I create email? Suppose whatever is the name of the person.
Name from the name, yeah, at the rate something.
Name at the rate gmail.com, something like that. I want to create one company name. So all the employees of the company, will have the same company name. Suppose you are working in Deloitte, so your name will be bhavesh@deloitte.com, something like that. So that is one example of class attribute. Yesterday somebody was asking me class attribute ka use. Okay, so you can say this is a class attribute. I'm creating organization name. Organization name is suppose Euron. Fine. So now I want to create one email here. So what will you say? That, sir, very simple. You can create one email ID like this. You can say self.name at the rate self.organizationname.com. All of you will say this. Correct, no? Now I'll create one employee called Jayesh. Okay, so Jayesh is an employee, and I will say that his name is Jayesh. Okay, and his department, let me put it as none. I'm doing this. Okay, now I'm saying Jayesh dot name is Jayesh, and Jayesh dot email is equal to Jayesh at the rate Euron.com. Fine. This is okay till here. I have written this software and have given to you. Fine. All of you are using this software. Whenever you want to access name of Jayesh, you will access like this. Whenever you are accessing email of Jayesh, you are accessing like this. Okay. But after that, you have sold, suppose I've written this software and I've sold it. Guys, are you following me? Okay. Now, tomorrow, your customer will come and say that the software you have written is very stupid. Why? Because if I change the name, suppose Jayesh tomorrow wants to change his name. Jayesh.name is equal to, he puts his name as Jayesh. Suppose he has changed his spelling name. Okay, sorry Jayesh for spoiling your name, but suppose you have changed the spelling name. Suppose he has added one more H and one more Y. Suppose this is the new spelling for Jayesh. Okay, and now you are trying to access his email. Okay, it is still the old one. Will your customer complain? Customer will complain that, sir, I want the email ID to dynamically change. I'm just giving one example. Email should not dynamically change, but an example. So you will say that, okay, what I will do, I will go to my software and I will write new version of my software. In that new version, I will write one method called get email, because email has to be dynamically calculated. Email has to be dynamically calculated from the name. So I'll say here and I will say return this. Okay. Now if I come here, Jayesh name, someone is changing the name. This is name, and now someone is changing here. So if you do email, it is the old one. But if I do Jayesh dot get email, then it is coming correctly. But what you will say is that, sir, I have changed my software, but you have to change your code wherever you are using Jayesh.email, you have to use Jayesh.getEmail. Customer will be again angry that why you are making such changes. I cannot change my code because of you. Are you understanding the problem? I want the same function. I want to change the functionality. I want to change the implementation, but I don't want to change the interface. I still want this Jayesh.email only. So what will I do? I want this attribute, but I want to make some functionality changes behind that. I want to make some functionality changes behind that. So what I will do here, I will change, I will create, I will remove this, I will not do this. And I will create email, okay, self, okay, and I will make this as a property. Okay, and I will return this. And I don't need this line here. So here now email will be dynamically calculated. Okay, are you able to understand this? So now if I do here, if I come here, Jayesh.name, now you see what will happen. Jayesh.email is correct. Now if I do Jayesh.name, I'm changing Jayesh's name, spelling has changed. Now you see if I run this line, you see I'm getting the corrected email. So now what customer will say that, okay, problem is fixed and customer does not have to make any change to their code. They were earlier also using Jayesh.email. Now also they are using Jayesh.email. So interface is intact, but implementation behind has changed. Did you guys understand the meaning of property, the need for property? What did I mean when I started the discussion? When I said that this allows us to access a method like an attribute while providing access control to get and set the attribute. Did you guys understand this? Okay. Property decorator has many other benefits also. Okay. But I will not go into that much detail in this session. This much is enough for you. Okay.
Can you show me the delete?
Deleter, I will show you quickly. You can also have email self, and you can also delete it. Delete. So here you can again ask for password. If someone is trying to delete it, you can see whether they have correct access or not. Okay. Nobody should be able to delete someone's email. Only some HR person should be able to delete it. Okay. So there are role-based access in every organization. So you can see all that, but I will put here deleter. What happens when we try to delete? Okay. So this will delete, or what it should do, it should set email को delete करके क्या होगा? What will happen? There is no sense of making deleter here in this example, because next time when you call the email, automatically it will calculate again. Okay, so here there is no sense of adding a deleter, but in some other example you can add one deleter also. Okay, so here because we are using it for dynamic calculation, so here it will not make any sense, but you can use here, like you can say self dot email. Okay, you can delete it, or you can set self dot email is equal to none. But this will actually not do anything. Do you understand why this will not do anything? Because even if you set it to none, next time when you call it, again it will generate the email and it will give you.
But how will you invoke the delete? Because setter
Delete. Using delete word.
Okay.
Delete jayesh dot email, like this.
Oh,
So you can put one print statement here, deleting and setting the email to none, like this. Okay, we can run like this, and then you can come here, create jayesh dot email. Then you can come here and you can put delete, and what happened? No setter, deleter. No setter.
we haven't created
Yes.
a setter at the rate of email.
So see what I'm doing here. I'm trying to run this statement here. Can you see? So it is not allowing me to run this statement. Why? Because email is a property and I'm trying to set a property and I have not defined the setter. So it is not giving me access to do that. Okay. So I will not run this statement. I will just say that deleting and setting the email to none. Just I'm doing this much. Okay. So now if I come here and if I run this line and email is there. Now if I run this delete, you can say that I'm getting this line, deleting and setting the email to none. But actually it will not do anything, because next time when I call it, again it will give me the email. So technically it is not deleted. It is in this example, but in some other example you can delete some attribute.
But property is already defined in the above, right?
Sorry?
Email property is already defined. Why it was not allowing?
Where?
Can you please scroll up? This was property email.
Property email, okay.
Yeah.
What?
So email is already property that we have defined, right? Then why this email dot deleter, it was not working?
Email dot deleter is not working
70.
because, understand, suppose I will write one setter here. Email dot setter. Okay.
Yeah.
Email dot setter, if I do here, and I will say that when I'm writing setter, I will take one value also. Okay, and I will say self dot. Okay.
Not email.
Why? Because I'm not. What will I do here in setter? Because here I'm dynamically calculating email. So I'm not having any attribute called email. So if you look at in this example, here I'm having a balance variable. This balance variable I am modifying using this getter and setter. But here I'm not doing that. Here I am using email as a dynamic attribute. That's why I used example, because email ko delete karne ka there is no sense. Okay. So that's just because of the example I have taken. But if you take here in balance, here you can write a deleter that will delete the balance. Because there is an actually, we are having an attribute called balance. Here we don't have an attribute called email. Are you getting it? So we are not modifying the email like that.
Okay, attribute is not there.
Huh. And are you able to understand? Even if suppose you do this line, suppose I run this line. Suppose I run this line. Okay, you are setting the email to none. What does deleting mean? That once you have deleted, next time you should not be able to access it. Correct or not?
Yes,
But
next
time when you are trying to access it, again it will give you the email. So there is no sense of deleting in this example. But in the bank wala example, you can write a deleter. You can delete the balance itself. It is possible. Try writing it here. You can write here. You can write like this: def balance self. You can write here @ balance dot deleter. Okay, and you can say self dot balance is equal to none. Okay, and when you're trying to get it, you can put one condition here: if not self dot balance, then return there is no balance. Okay, now if I come here, I run this code, I'm creating this balance, then I'm changing the balance, I'm entering one password 123. If I'm entering the correct password, then account balance will be set. I will using this account balance. Now I want to delete this balance. I will say, and I will add some line here, deleter. After doing this, I will put one print statement for confirmation. I will say print balance is now deleted. Okay, so I'm doing this. Again, I'm entering the password 123 and account balance is now 5,000. Now I'll try to delete it. I will say delete account dot balance. So when I run this statement, the deleter wala jo function hai, that will run. So if I run this, it is saying balance is now deleted. Now if I try to access account dot balance, it will say you're trying to access the balance. There is no balance because we have deleted it. So here deleter will work, but email wala example mein, it does not make any sense. Email wala example I gave you to show you that property decorator can be used for dynamically accessing some value. Did you guys understand?
Yes.
Anyone having any doubt? I'll wait for 2 minutes. Anyone has any question in OOPS from beginning till here, please ask. After this, we'll conclude the OOPS discussion. Did you guys do the assignment? Yes or no? How many of you have done it? Say yes in the chat.
One quick question. Can we do a multiple inheritance in Python?
We can do multiple inheritance in Python.
Means in that bracket we can add the two classes.
Yes.
Huh?
Yes. I'm skipping that because usually you are not going to use that. Okay. So you can create one class called, say for example, cricketer. Okay. You can write some methods here. Then you can create a class called batsman, which can inherit from cricketer. You can write pass here, and you can create a class called bowler, which can inherit from cricketer. Okay. So you can say that batsman is also a cricketer, bowler is also a cricketer. Fine. Now you can create a class called all-rounder. So all-rounder is a batsman also, bowler also. So all-rounder can inherit from batsman and bowler. We can write like this. So here there is an important concept of method resolution order, MRO. And if you remember, when I was talking about super, I told you that in that example, super is just for the parent class. But you see that when there is so much inheritance going on, suppose I can also create one class here called sportsman. And cricketer is also a sportsman. So this can be like this. And sportsman can be a human. So I can create one class called human. And cricketer can be a sportsman also. I can also create one more class which is called a celebrity, because cricketers are also celebrity. So I can say cricketer is a sportsman, and after that cricketer is also a celebrity. So you see how this will look now then. So we have,
Ambiguity.
you see that we have human, okay, and human is inheriting from sportsman, okay, and then after sportsman we have celebrity.
Human inherit by celebrity as well.
So celebrity is also human, so celebrity is also inheriting from this one, and then sportsman and this are cricketer. So cricketer is inheriting from sportsman also and celebrity also. You see there is one diamond structure being created. Okay? So this is a very good example for understanding MRO. But at this point, I'm not including that. Maybe later we will discuss about MRO. Otherwise, it will take a lot of time in that discussion. Then cricketer, again, we have batsman, and then we have bowler. So both of them are inheriting from cricketer. And then we have all-rounder. This all-rounder is also inheriting from batsman and bowler. Again, you see here, there's a diamond structure created. Can you see this?
What is the solution for this diamond problem?
There is no problem. It is just something, a concept that you should understand. That suppose, okay, so I will tell you, I will not discuss this, okay, it will take time, but I'm just giving you some food for thought. Later we can discuss. You remind me, later we'll discuss it. Suppose you are writing, so initially what I told you, that suppose there is human, and then you have cricketer. Okay, arrow, I'm sometimes making it ulta. Doesn't matter, I hope you understand. And then you have suppose batsman. Suppose you are having some attribute, trying to call some attribute in batsman. Okay, if it is not present, if it is present, you will give it. If it is not present, you will go to cricketer. If it is not present in, if it is present in cricketer, you will give it. Otherwise, you will go to human. Correct?
Yeah.
Okay, this we know. But suppose you are creating this type of structure. Okay, suppose you are trying to access one attribute in cricketer, it is not present. But it is present in sportsman and it is present in celebrity. Then which one we will take?
So specifically, we need to call celebrity or sportsman.
So you can say that based on the order. So here sportsman is coming first and celebrity is coming second. So we will take it.
Okay.
But if it is not present in sportsman also, then what will happen? Should we check human or should we check celebrity?
Celebrity only.
Not very clear. So there is actually one algorithm. There is one algorithm which is called as C3 linearization algorithm. Some other time we will discuss it. I don't want to go into this. Okay, there is an algorithm. That algorithm actually decides how the flow will happen. Basically, how the super ka flow will happen. Because when we do super, we will go to the parent class. So if this kind of a situation is there, then we have very clear understanding of kiska parent is who. Batsman ke baad cricketer, cricketer ke baad human, human ke baad if you have one more class, you will go there. But when you have this type of structure, and it can be even more complicated. This is a simple situation, but it can be even more complicated. So in that situation, what will happen? Okay, so one algorithm actually decides what will be the order. So you will go to cricketer, then you will go to sportsman, then you will go to celebrity, then you will go to human, or it should be some other way. What path we will take? So that is actually decided by one algorithm, and that algorithm actually tells us that what that will be, and that is called as MRO, method resolution order, in which order the methods will be resolved. Okay, that happens when you're doing multiple inheritance. So there is hierarchical inheritance, there is multi-level inheritance. Okay, multiple inheritance, multi-level inheritance, hierarchical inheritance. There are different types of inheritance also, but 99% of the time you will not use it. Okay, you will not use it in your day-to-day working. You are not going to use that much. So usually these things are kept for studying later. Once you have understood the basics, then you study all these things, but it is not actually, you're not going to use it practically in your life. Okay, so if I explain this, it will take maybe 1.5 hours of time, but it will not give you much return. That's why I'm keeping it separate. Maybe some later time we can discuss it, but this is the situation. So you can try it out. Okay, but you can try it out. How you will try it out? Suppose I've created this human, suppose. Okay, human is there, a sportsman is also human, and celebrity is also human. Okay, and then cricketer is sportsman and celebrity, then batsman is cricketer. So this we have created. Okay, so now if I create, suppose one all-rounder, suppose I'm creating Pandya is an all-rounder. Okay, and now if I create, if I do help, you can see there is a method resolution order. Can you see, guys? Can you see this?
So it's like all-rounder, parent is all-rounder batsman, bowler of in this way.
So this is the order. So what was the order? We created, how was it? We had cricketer that was inheriting from sportsman and celebrity. And these two were inheriting from human. ऐसा ही बनाया था ना? And then cricketer we were having batsman and bowler.
So it's taking the left side one, the first one as a parent.
Then we are having all-rounder. So we created like this. So you see what is the order that it is giving us. Don't ask how this order is coming, because that order is coming from some algorithm. Okay, but it is saying all-rounder first. So this is all-rounder. Then it is saying batsman. So it is going from here to here. This is 2. Then we are going to bowler. We are not going to cricketer. We are going to bowler. After bowler, we are going to cricketer. Okay. After cricketer, we are going to sportsman. And after sportsman, we are going to celebrity. And after celebrity, we are going to human. And after human, we are going to the default built-in object. Python ka jo built-in object hai, in that if it is present, then it will go there. So this is the order. It will go here, then here, then here, then here, then here, and then here, like this. So when you learn about graphs, when we are doing DSA and we are learning about graphs, at that time we will learn about BFS, breadth first search. So this is somewhere similar to that. Okay, and this can be little bit more complicated. This can be little bit more complicated if there are more things happening here. Even this I created as a simple one, but again I'm saying you 98% of the time, 99% of the time, you are not going to use any such structure in your day-to-day working. Saying sir, change bowler to bowler and batsman to run this. Jayesh, what are you saying? Do not understand.
BOWLER, BAWLER.
क्या BAWLER?
स्पेलिंग का उन्होंने बोला है.
कहाँ पे?
बोट्समैन.
कहाँ पे?
नहीं, he is asking to change BOWLER to BAWLER.
उससे क्या होगा?
अच्छा छोड़ो यार, स्पेलिंग के लिए छोड़ो यार, कॉन्सेप्ट इज इम्पोर्टेंट.
स्पेलिंग तो सही लिखा मैंने, BOWLER ही होता है.
अरे बॉलर स्पेलिंग के लिए क्या होता है? गोली मारो.
कहाँ गलत लिखा? नहीं, गोली क्यों मारेंगे? कहाँ गलत कहीं लिखा मैंने? क्या कुछ गलत तो नहीं लिखा है? BOW ही तो लिखा है, ये तो होता है.
बॉलर तो ठीक है, बैट्समैन भी ठीक है.
ठीक है, सब कुछ ठीक है.
स्पेलिंग करेक्ट.
रेफरिंग टू चैट, कौन सा चैट? पता नहीं यार, छोड़ो. अरे मैं भी स्कूल गया हूँ यार, मालूम है मुझे. ठीक है, इतना समझ में आ गया सबको भाई? ऊप्स समझ में आ गया कि नहीं? ऊप्स पूरा का पूरा समझ में आ गया? यूज कर सकते हैं ना? Now, don't worry. Oops, when we are learning about DSA, no, every time we will use oops. So if you are focused on DSA, automatically oops ka practice ho jayega. Okay, you will get a very good practice of oops. At least your day-to-day working of oops, of what is. But what you have to keep in mind is oops is a way of thinking. Okay, so whenever you are trying to write code, try to think in terms of objects. Try to think in terms of class. That what class this will be. In that class, what will be the method? What will be the attribute? Or in the beginning of oops introduction, I told you characteristics and behavior. So what is the characteristic? What is the behavior? Okay, like that you try to imagine. And if you write in a class things, if you write in a class and object way, your code will be more modular, it will be more organized. Okay, if I remember correctly, in the beginning of the class, in the first or second class, somebody was asking me that how to make the code modular, how to organize it. I see other people's code, it is much more professional. So the trick to writing good professional code is that you use the concept of oops, you use the concept of inheritance, you use the super, you use polymorphism, you use in abstraction, all these things. Then your code will be much better. You use your getters and setters. This will make your code much better. स्पेलिंग चेंज करने से हायरार्की कैसा चेंज होगा? आई एम नॉट अंडरस्टैंडिंग व्हाट यू आर ट्राइंग टू से. Do you think that it is happening basis alphabet? It is making spelling change will make no change. You can try it on your own. You will have this notebook, you can play around, but it will not make any difference. Okay, guys, let us move to the next topic. We'll take 5 minutes break and then we will start exception handling. Okay, or we'll talk about slicing in list. And then we'll talk about args and quarks, then strings, and then exception handling and file handling. This much topic we'll cover today. And if then there is time, then we'll start with introduction to DS. Okay, take 5 minutes break. It's 5:03. We'll be back at 5:08. Okay, chalo.
So can you just share the link, this link? Hello?
You are on mute actually, if you are speaking.
Okay. Yeah.
Which link?
That's this notebook link. So,
I will share it after the class.
yeah. So I joined late. That's why I'm asking you what you covered. Fine.
All the everything will be shared after the class.
Okay, fine.
Okay, guys, chalo, we'll resume the session. Is everyone back? Okay, we were talking about slicing in list. Okay, so we discussed about lists long back, but I forgot one point in that. I will just quickly show you. I hope if you are already writing code in Python, you might be knowing this, but I will explain this. Okay, so when we are creating a list, okay, suppose I create a list called, or let me take a simpler example, saying 1, 2, 4, 15, 10, and 18. Okay, so all of these are having some index, correct? So there is some index here. This is 0th index, this is 1 index, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4, and this is 5. So if you want to access the last element, I said suppose this is x. So I can say that I will take x of -1, then I will get 18. If I do x of 0, then I will get 1. Correct? All of you are following? But I did not show you how to slice some value. Suppose I want to get this 2, 4, and 5. Suppose. Or if I want to get 4, 5, and 10. Okay, or if I want to get alternate value, suppose I want to get 1, 4, and then 10, or I want to get 2, 15, and 18. Okay, so these are called as slices. This is called as a slice, this is also called as a slice. Or if someone is saying that give me first 3 elements, okay, I'll take 1, 2, and 4. These are called as slice. Okay, so there is a syntax to get slices also, which I did not show you, I forgot earlier. So let us discuss that. Okay, so suppose if I create a list, suppose if I create a list, x is equal to 1, 4, 10, 4, 10, 100, 40, and 12. Okay, so if someone is saying that get the first 3 values, okay, so what I will do x, and from where I want to start. If you have to get the first value, then I will say x of 0, and if I have to get the third value, then I will say x of 2. Okay, but I want to get all these. I want to get x of 0, x of 1, x of 2, like this. So I want to get this 1, 4, and 10, all 3 as a list. So what can I do? I can say x 0, and I can say colon, which means 0 say start, and we have to go till where? We have to go till 2. Okay, but if we do this, we will get only 1 and 4. If you remember this concept I told you in range also, that the number that you are writing on the right hand side is sometimes exclusive, which means it is not included. Okay, so if you do 0 to 2, you will get only 0th index and 1 index. 2 will not be included. So we are getting 1 and 4. We are not getting 10. So if I want to go till third value, I can write 3. This means that 4 values, 0, 1, 2, 3. But actually this 3 is not included. So you will get 0, 1, and 2. 0, 1, and 2 means 3 values. Okay, so you'll get 1, 4, and 10. Similarly, if someone says that give me last 3 values. Last 3 values. So what can I say? And here you can also skip this 0. This also I think I told you earlier. I don't remember if I've covered this. Slicing, I think I covered, or I don't remember. You can also remove this. Okay, then also this will work. So if the left hand side is empty, it automatically means from beginning. And if the right hand side is empty, it automatically means the end. Okay, so if I want to get the last 3 values, I can say -3 colon. Then it will give me the last 3 values, which is 100, 40, and 12. I think I have covered. I don't know why I felt that I have not covered it. I think when I was explaining range at that time, I explained this concept, but slicing I did not show. I think it is not there in the list. Also, it is not there. Fine.
But slicing is not covered, sir.
I think I have not covered. Fine, whatever. Whether I have covered or not, let me. I feel that I did not cover, so let me cover. Okay. This is clear to everyone. Now just tell me. Now tell me. that here, if I want to access, suppose I will add 11, 67, 32, and 56. If I want to get the middle three values, then how can I get it? What will be the middle three values? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So there are even number of values. So I want to get the middle two values. So I think it is 32 and 56. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. How can I get these middle two values? Someone tell me. Or middle four values.
Length by
Length by 2.
plus 1 plus
Length
That
of
will be the-
x by 2. Okay. 3.
So that will be starting position plus
Okay.
2. And until the next 2 element.
Till where?
2. 2.
What should I write that? You tell me.
2. 2.
2.
Yeah.
Like this?
Yeah.
How will this work? Think about it. Okay. Suppose I want to get fourth to sixth element. Then what will I write? 4 till sixth element. I'm getting 40 and 12. How am I getting 40 and 12? This line I did not run, that's why. Oh, earlier 4 till 7, which means what? This means what? Fourth element and fifth element, not and sixth element. 4, 5, and 6. 7 not included. Seventh not included. So what am I getting here? 4 till 7. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So 4, 5, and 6. 32, 56, and 10. That's what we are getting. Imran Ali saying length of x by 2. Say leke length of x by 2 plus 4. How will you get 4? 4 कैसे पता चला आपको?
नॉट 4, जितना मेरे को चाहिए उतना, मान लीजिए 4 एलिमेंट चाहिए मिडिल के बाद, तो उसको ऐड कर देंगे.
वही तो 4 आपको कैसे पता चलेगा? वो तो लिस्ट के लेंथ पे डिपेंड करेगा. और लेंथ ऑफ एक्स बाई 2 आप कर रहे हो, वो क्योंकि इवन है. अगर ऑड रहेगा तो लेंथ बाई 2 करोगे तो आपको डेसिमल आ जाएगा. फिर कैसे इंडेक्सिंग काम करेगी? कैसे काम करेगी?
Absolute value कुछ उसमें निकालना पड़ेगा.
Double forward slash. So it will take the
सोच लेना. सोचना. ठीक है, मैंने ऐसे ही बोल दिया बट सोच लेना उसको. ठीक है. 4:7. Yes, slicing everyone has understood. Now if you want to do little bit more here, what we can also do, suppose x, if we do like this, okay, suppose if we say 0 till, from 0 till 5, and one more colon we are giving, and I'm saying 2. This means what?
Skipping 2.
Go from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So go from 0 till 5, which means 0 till 4, this much, but skip the values. Skip values. So take every second element. So you take 0, which means this one, and then you go till 11. Skip 1, go 11. And then from 11, go to 32. Give me 1 second. Did you guys understand this? Suppose if instead of 2, if I write 3, then what will happen? I say x,
3.
and I give colon, and I give colon, and I write 3. Colon means what? Here it is empty means what? Starting. And here if it is empty, it means what?
ending.
Okay.
So from 0 till end, which means the entire list. But skip by the 3.
3.
Okay. So this will mean what? How will it go?
First 4.
It will go from 1. It will go from 1, sorry.
Third.
From 1, it will go to 2 skip karke. And then it will skip 2 and it will go to 10, which means every third element. And then it will skip 2 more and it will go to 12. So it will take 1, 67, 10, and 12. So 1, 67, 10 and 12. Got it? One more thing here. One more thing. Suppose if I do like this, x, if I give colon, colon, and if I give -1, -1 means ulta, from behind. Okay. So you see what has happened. It has taken this list. It has taken this list and it has gone reverse. So 12, 40, 100, 10. So 12, 40, 100, 10. Then 56, 32, 67, 56, 32, 67, 11, 4, 1. 11, 4, 1. This is reverse. Is it clear? So this syntax you will use very often when you are trying to learn about, when you're doing like you have to skip some values or you want to check from reverse or all those things. Many times you will use this kind of operation. Okay. Suppose you are having this list. Suppose you are having this list. And I want to create new list with the sum of consecutive numbers. With the sum of consecutive numbers. Create a new list which has the sum of sum of every two consecutive numbers. I don't know if it is related to slicing or not. It just came to my mind, so I'm giving you. How will we write? So what will be this answer? Answer will be 1 plus 4 every two consecutive numbers. So 1 plus 4 is 5. And then 4 plus 11 is 15. 11 plus 67 is 78. Okay. Then 67 plus 32 is 99. Like that we have to create. So can you write some code for this? Can someone help me?
We can use by lambda, right?
Yeah.
We'll iterate, sir. We'll iterate. Then we can make it, like x of I plus x of I plus 1, like this. We can iterate it accordingly.
We can iterate and we can store in the first instance.
For I in
additions that we can add in the next element.
So for I in x.
Someone is saying map lambda y.
Yeah,
X
we
plus
can
y.
we can do it. Yeah, map also we can use. Map up lambda
Think
x
about it.
colon.
Think about it. Suppose if you are having like this, I will change the question. Think about it. You can write a for loop also. Suppose you are having one list like 3, 5, 6, 8, 10, 4. Suppose you are having like this. And I'm saying make pairs like this. I'm saying make pairs like this. 3 and 5, 6 and 8, 10 and 4. Then what will you do?
First two elements. So then
Can you write a loop like this that for num in
this.
Or you can say for I
Yeah,
in
for I in
range length of, suppose this is nums, length of nums
length of number is fine.
and here you can put 2. Okay, what will happen? You will get 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So you will get 0, you will get 2 and you will get 4. And then you can do I plus 1, 3 and 3 plus 5. Then you will go to 2. Then you will say I plus 1. Then you will go to 4. You will say 4 and 4 plus 1.
Correct.
Then that is one application. I was just thinking how to apply this. So can we think about that? Suppose if we are writing this list only. think about every consecutive. Here it is every consecutive. I'm not saying every consecutive here, but if I write one loop here for I in range,
Then I in range
length of
of
x, length of
length
x,
of
x, and I say 2 here. Okay, and if I just print I, what will I get?
Alternate.
What happened here?
111.
Alternate number.
Why nothing is printing?
No. Print of 11 was 111,
11.
32, 50, 32, 10, 40.
Length of x is 2. Range of length of x. What happened? Range is 2.
No, I think third argument should be 2, I think. 0, comma length of x, comma 2.
0, oh, acha, huh. I have to give a starting value. So this is 2. Okay, then what I can say? I can say
111
x of I
x
plus
of I plus
x
x
of
of I plus some.
I plus 1. This
Oh,
is
yeah.
my sum, and I can say result. Come here and I can say result dot append sum, and then I can come here and I can print result. Okay,
Yeah, makes sense.
what I'm getting? 4 plus 1 5, 1 plus 4 5, and then 11 plus 67, which is 78, and then 32 plus 56, which is 88, and then 110, and then 52. So we are skipping the value here.
Okay.
That is one application of skipping. But here, if you have to do, then what you will do? You will not skip, right? If you'll say for I in range of length of x, but you have to put -1. Why -1?
Zeroth index.
What zeroth index?
Starting from zeroth iteration,
No.
right?
Understand the question. Why I have written -1 here? Someone in the chat also gave -1.
It is because if we'll go
excluding
to
excluding last
then
element.
we will not
Wait,
iterate
one
I
person
plus
at a time.
1. If it will, we will go to last index, then we cannot access the I plus 1. For that reason, it is up to -1.
Because we have to
And
go only till 40.
40, yes.
Because you are doing I plus 1. So you have to go till
Yes.
40. See, this is common thing when you are writing one loop and you're trying to access the next element. You have to go till only 40. Because if you go to 12, if I comes to 12, then if you do I plus 1, then it will give you index error. So if you do like this, if you don't put it, then you will get index error in the end. List index out of range. So you have to put -1. I hope you guys are understanding.
Yeah.
So see, you are getting the answer 5, 4 plus 1, 5, then 4 plus 11, 15, then 11 plus 67 is equal to 78, then 67 plus 32 is equal to 99. Simply just for practice, I gave you to write loops and to understand how this is skipping thing working. Okay, if I tell you that take this array, okay, and give me sum of alternate numbers. So I want 1 and 11, 4 and 67, okay, and then 11 and like this, I want alternate numbers. Then 11 and 32, then 67 and 56, 32 and this, like this I want. Can you do?
You can use also range.
Skip 2. Skip 2.
How? If I do here x is equal to, let me take a smaller list. Okay, and if I do x colon 2, okay, then what I'm getting? 1 and 11. And if I do x of 1 colon 2, then what I'm getting? 1 and 11 and 4 and 67. Can you see this?
Yeah.
If I add them,
Okay.
if I add them, then what will happen?
12 and 71.
No.
12.
If you add it, then if you add two lists together, then what happens?
Eh,
They get concatenated.
80.
No? So how will
No.
you add them?
Oh, okay. Got it.
How will you add? Have I taught you zip?
Zip it is correct.
Zip I have taught you, right? And I have taught you
Yeah.
tuple unpacking. So I can say for x comma y in zip. Okay. Then I can say print x plus y. Then I'm getting 5.
78.
How getting 5?
1, 11, 5.
No.
4.
That's why it's adding in the past.
X plus
Sorry,
y.
1.
For x and y in zip.
Sir, 1, 4, 5. 11, 6,
No.
78.
That's not what we wanted.
X comma y. X comma y.
Take minute.
Line number 4. Print x comma y.
Take minute.
I think when we make it zip also, 0th index of the first element, 0th index of the second element. So
This line
likewise,
number 4, if we print x comma y.
sir, 1, 11, 4, 77, sir. When you make it 0, that operation, that is after zip, we can convert it to 1, 4, then 11,
What
67.
is happening? What happened? Why is x not coming? Did I overwrite something?
Then
Huh.
you can try.
Now this is there. X comma y.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Sorry. A comma b. Sorry. No.
A plus b or a comma b?
Why a comma b? We have to take sum, no?
Okay, so
Okay. So 1 plus 4 is 5.
Hmm.
1 and 4. What we were trying to do?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. No. This will
Let's
not work.
zip it.
No, this will not work. How will you take alternate? I thought, no, sorry. I was thinking something else. Alternate numbers. What we have to do? Tell me. Actually, when we do zip, we have to take sum of zip only. You are right. We have to take some step will be 1 only. So we have to take x. Okay. X is 1, 4, 11. And we have to take x 2. 1 and 11. No. 1 se leke 4 and 7. Okay. And this should be did you understand what I'm trying to do?
What do you want to be output? What you are
1,
looking
4,
for output?
11 and 67. I want to take question not clear. Okay. What I want to do here, help me. I want to take 1 and 11, 4 and 67.
plus.
Alternate. Is the question clear now? So what I'm expecting? I'm expecting 12. I'm expecting 12 and 71. Question is clear?
Yes.
Mustafa ji. Question is clear.
Yeah.
What I did was wrong, but is the question clear?
Yes, correct.
Now tell me how to do. We can use reduce. How? If you use reduce, it will come to one number.
So we can use x comma. This was similarly x1. Make it 0 or empty.
Finding the sum of alternate numbers in a list.
Sir,
So we can use range
row
method
list.
and same
Can
way.
we create two lists here and then implement reduce to each one of them, and then we will be ending up with two numbers. We can again convert this into a list. So we'll end up with two numbers which we want, which will be sum of alternate numbers.
Come again. There is one way which we can do is 2. This is giving me one set of alternate numbers. And if I do this, which I did
one,
earlier.
one, yeah.
Then this is giving me another set of alternate numbers. Then I can add 1 plus 11, 4 plus 67. What I was doing was I was adding 1 and 4 and 11 and 67. That is not what I want. I want to add 11 and 1 and 11 and I want to do 4 and 67. This is one way. Is there any other way? This I have done. Any other alternate way other than this?
The range, we can use the range and to apply the similar.
How? Means tell me the code, what I should write.
For I in range of length of x, comma,
For I in range of
length of x, comma, that's 0, comma length of x, 0, comma length of x.
0, comma length of x and length of x is same only. Unless you want to add one more comma here.
Yeah, and alternative number, right? We can look at on those 2, right? 2.
You want to write like this. Suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So you will take I here and you will add I plus 2. Then you will come
I
here.
plus.
Then you will do I plus 2. Then you will come here and then you will do I plus 2 like this.
Yeah.
Correct.
We can count it. Yeah, we can.
So then why you want to add comma 2 here? It's not needed, right?
Yeah, don't want to need.
That's why I was saying this 0 is not needed here.
Yeah.
Just see, these things we'll do very often commonly. That's why I'm just giving you these random questions to think. Subhash is saying we'll check for even index and odd index and sum. How? What do you mean?
So we can skip and then take I plus 1.
You can skip and do I plus 1. If you do skip, then something will get missed. Sum is equal to, I can say that x of I plus x of I plus 2.
2, yeah, correct.
I do minus 2 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then I will take one rest. Is this correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other method? Any other way?
One plus 3, 4.
We are getting the answer.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
But
correct.
we took x as a very simple x. If we
Can
add
you
more
change-
values, then will it work?
Yeah, can you try to change that something?
I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 4 and 6 and 8 and 10 and 12. It's working.
Yeah.
What is Bhavesh saying? Bhavesh
No,
is
can you
saying
give the
first
even
half,
number,
second
sir?
half, result. So this is
Can you give
Bhavesh's
the
code.
even? Can you give the even number? One more 8. Can you add it one more 8?
One second. Let us put Bhavesh's code. So this is what Bhavesh has given. This is a function. Add alternate. And I will give x. Can someone explain what Bhavesh is saying here? Add alternate, and I will give one list here. 3, 4. Let me give this list. 5, 7, 9. Is it working?
No.
First should be 4, 1 and 3.
Let us see. Let us debug. Let us try to debug. So what he has given as a first half equal to
3.
And this is second half.
Second half, yes.
What is happening here? So first half is 1, 2, 3. The second half is 4, 5, 6, 7. तो कैसे चलेगा ये? Bhavesh ji? Saraswati is saying that he has given it for the list 1, 4, 11 and 67. It doesn't matter the list. If you are writing a function, it should work on everything, right? 0th index, 0 and first index will neither be even or not. Pata nahi what you are saying. Okay, try to solve, see if there is any other way that is coming to your mind. Okay, one way I have given you, which is generic method.
Yeah. So can you add me one more number, sir?
Yeah,
7,
one more
8.
number.
Yeah.
8.
It's working fine.
8 plus 6, 14.
Because -2, on what way we decided to set the -2, length of x -2?
1 plus 3, 4. 2 plus 4, 6. 3 plus
Yeah.
5, 8. 4 plus 6, 10. 5 plus 7, 12. And 6 plus 8, 14. So we are doing alternate.
Okay.
So here we have to
Okay.
stop. So -2.
Okay. Okay. If you want to alternate every 3 consecutive number, we can -3 like this.
If you do, then try to do. So this what I'm doing here. Pay attention, guys. Okay, this is not random problem. What I'm doing here is called dry run. It's called dry run. What is the meaning of dry run? Again, see, Bhavesh is saying for 4 length and no. When you are writing something, it has to work for everything. You can't give your function just for some specific input. That is not how it works. Okay, so this is called dry run. So now someone is saying that every 3 numbers I want to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Okay, so the question now is, I don't know who is talking, I'm not seeing the name, but if you're saying that you want to do 1 and then you want to do 4, correct? Is that what? 1
Yes.
and then 4, correct? Then 2 and 5 and 3 and
Yeah.
6 and 4 and 7 and 5 and 8 and 6 and 9. So 6 you will finish. So you will do -1, -2, -3, -4. So -3, you will do whatever the length, -3. Because you have to stop here. So this is called as doing dry run.
Okay.
This is called as doing dry run. So whenever we are writing code in DSA also, we will be doing dry run. Dry run means whatever code we have written, we will try to run it in some example. So we have taken one example. Suppose the example is only 1 and 2, then what will happen?
Failure.
Failure, are you sure?
No. I think 1, 3,
1 and
empty.
2.
Empty list.
1 and 2 only.
ये वाला code I'm deleting, okay?
Index
Otherwise,
out.
when you are revising, you will feel that I have written that. Okay.
Except
What? Suppose this is the function that we have written. Suppose if my x is only one element, will it work or will it throw error?
Error. I think is coming to error.
Why will it give error?
Range out of index error.
Why index error?
x equals to x I plus 2.
I plus 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Then
I plus 2
sir,
that will search
sir,
the start index.
No. I think it's written the empty list, sir.
You are saying that it will give error. Why it will give error?
Not
Like
giving error.
exception because I plus x 1 I plus
See,
I plus 2.
what I'm
I
trying to show you here is how to do dry run. Did you understand what is dry run?
Yeah. For each
For
and
dry
every
run, we'll
element
take
is
one
like
example. What is the example? The example is that I'm giving you list of 1. So then this code will run. First line number 4 will run. Line number 4 will be what? Range of length of x minus 2. Length of x is what?
Length of x
1
minus 2.
1 minus 2. Range of -1. What will happen?
Minus
What
1.
will happen? Range of -1 means nothing. So this loop will not run. 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 So res is empty list. It will return empty list.
Okay.
So how to handle that?
minimum length should be.
We need to remake it. Check that.
Can I say that x is equal to 1 and x is equal to 1 and 2? These are edge cases.
Yeah.
So whenever we are writing code, we have to handle edge cases. That if there is no input, if there is no input, if there is one input and if there is two input, because if there is two input, there is no alternate.
Yeah, we can make it if length of x greater than 2, then only we can proceed the condition.
If it is less, then what to do? That
We'll
whoever is
return
taking
the
your
empty.
interview, they will give you, or you will have some understanding of what to do. But I'm just telling you that when you do such things, you have to do how to evaluate. First, you have to do a dry run.
Mhm. Yeah, we can ask the question, sir. Actually, for this case, how should we handle like this? We can. So if they want to return as the list empty list, and we can make it on if condition and return as empty list that.
Did you guys follow what I was trying to show you?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
That when you're writing code, understand the question, do the dry run, understand what are the edge cases. You should be aware that these are the things.
Yeah.
And when you're writing some code, you have to make sure that it runs for every possibility. So usually there are boundary cases that if user is giving no input, then what happens? If there is only 1, if there is only 2, if there is 100, if there is million, whatever is the relevant case to the question that you are solving, you have to keep in mind. And the function that you are writing should be general. Chalo. This is all about slicing. Okay. Now this slicing will also work in string. Okay. So if I say one string name is equal to Ashish Singh. Okay. So if I say name and if I do 0, then I will get A. You can treat this Ashish Singh also as a list.
Mm.
You can treat this also as a list like this: A, and then S, and then H, and then I, and then S, and then H, like this. Okay, but this is immutable. String is immutable. String is immutable. What does immutable means?
We should not overrate.
You cannot change
You cannot
anything
change
here.
over time. Yeah.
You cannot make any changes in the string, and this is very, very important. When you learn DSA, this property of the string is very, very important. But you will say, sir, if it is not, if you cannot change, then we are always doing like this. Suppose there is first name is equal to Ashish, and if I say last name is equal to Singh, then I can also do I can always do first name plus last name like this, and I'm getting this Ashish Singh. So I'm able to change it. You can say that.
But you're not changing in the first name or last name variable, right? You are creating a new variable.
We are creating a new variable. Okay. So if you look at the memory address of first name, last name, full name, they will all be different. But in case of a list, that is not true. Or also here you cannot do that if you are having name. Okay. You cannot say that name of 0 is equal to B. You cannot do this. It says str does not support item assignment. The same error we were also getting in tuples, if you remember. Tuple also we cannot change. Tuples are also immutable.
Correct.
Are you guys following? String, there are many other things also. String we will cover separately. String is also one concept in data types, data structures also. Okay. So in string, if you are making any change, okay, suppose if you are removing some element or if you are adding some element, it is always creating a new address in the memory. So it is very, very inefficient. This you should keep in mind when you are working with strings. Okay. Suppose I'm giving you one question. Reverse a string. Reverse a string. Okay. So the question is that given a string, write a function that can reverse a string. Okay. So suppose string is Euron. So I want to reverse it. Then how can I reverse it? Can someone help me?
For I in
For I in
range of length of name.
Who is talking? I don't know the name.
No, Ramesh, Ram.
Ramesh ji. Boliye.
Yeah.
For I in
length,
range.
Length of name.
Length of name.
Comma 0.
Comma 0.
-1.
-1.
Yeah, comma -1, sir. One more -1.
Comma -1. Okay.
Yeah, then return for right print of I. Print of I. We can
Print
reverse
type.
it.
Okay. So what you're getting?
Sorry, print of I means sorry, name of I that. Yeah. I think the second argument should be 0, I think. -1, right? Yeah.
What should I write?
Length of
Lane,
name.
lane name, comma, -1.
-1, okay.
No, not this one. The middle one we can remove. The last
We'll
-1.
remove this.
Yes.
Then what will you get?
What happened?
No, second argument should be 0. The final element should be 0.
One solution someone has given me, which is, let me put this here, which is name and then index -1.
Yeah.
This is correct. But usually when someone is asking you to do reverse, don't do this. Because when someone is asking you to do reverse string, they're not asking for your Python knowledge. They're asking you for your algorithm, means logic building thing. This is already made. This is abstraction. This is what? This is an abstraction. Python has built this and given to you. You don't know what is happening behind the scenes. Correct? So this is the interface. This is abstraction. We don't want that. We want you to implement it. So what Ramesh ji is trying to do, that is what you should do. समझ में आया?
Why is getting an error, sir? I think it's fine on right. Length of X
Arey,
is the
what you are
final
trying to do?
element.
You are trying to reverse it. No, then why are you doing like this? You have to do 0. No,
Mhm.
Yeah.
you have to do like this. No.
Okay, 0, comma. Sorry, for that. -1. Okay.
This is also not working. Why? Why is this not working?
0. Surprise.
Range does not support reverse actually, I think.
Does not support reverse. I think reversed, we can use the reversed one more function over there.
Suppose range does not reserve this, then what will you do?
So, okay. So then reverse stop range of 0, comma length of name -1.
We
Right?
can
So
start from 10 instead of 0.
We can start from
10 lane name.
length name and
this would be and -1.
-1, comma -1. That's not working. Already tried.
This is starting and 0, comma -1.
not working.
No, 0.
So
Tell me.
The second argument, we have to correct it properly. I don't know what should we put it.
If you have your own laptops, you can try and you can tell me. One solution you could have given me, which none of you gave me, is suppose if we write like this, for character in name, print character. Okay, we are getting like this, and we can say that we are having a reversed name is equal to empty, and we can say reversed name
not happened.
plus character.
Yeah.
Then we are getting reverse. We can do this. But this is bad. Why? Why bad?
That's for every iteration, no? It can perform all that. Yes.
Why this is bad?
Well, you can make it iteration every time, sir. We have to reduce the iteration.
Hmm?
I think it can increase the iteration for every iteration and concatenate the string only. Concatenate
Okay,
the
so
character. It makes more space something.
Correct.
So reverse name that will be
Someone
what
is saying complexity for loops takes n. Okay, fine.
Time complexity will be more.
string literal it will create in memory.
Hmm?
String literal it will create in memory.
You are see why I am doing this, okay? Why I am doing this exercise? You know why?
Reverse the values.
I know all of you know the answer, or at least you are having some idea of what the answer is. But you have to tell it clearly. What is happening right now, you know? I'm asking you why. Someone is saying memory, someone is saying space, someone is saying complexity. Frame it properly, you know, whatever you want to say proper sentence. That it is bad because so and so. This is communication I'm trying to ask. Even if your logic is wrong or correct, whatever, but communicate it properly, no? Don't just say one or two words. Why this is bad? Sir, because of space. Does it make any sense?
Yeah.
Don't worry about what you're saying is correct or not, but at least say it properly. Why this is wrong? Why this is bad? Many of you have given, means trying to give the correct answer. Why? Because suppose this is Euron. Okay. Then what I'm doing? I'm creating N. Then I'm creating ON. Then I'm creating RON. Then I'm creating URON. Then I'm creating EU. Sorry, ulta ho gaya. What is this loop? Try to do the dry run. First, I'm taking character. Okay, and doing reverse name is equal to character plus reverse name. Okay, so character is first empty string. Then I'm taking N. Okay, so I'm doing character is N. I'm doing N plus empty string. Then again, I'm taking O. So I'm taking N plus this NO. Then I'm doing NOR. Then I'm doing NORU. And then I'm doing NORUE. So how many times I'm creating memory? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 times I'm creating this. If this string was having 100 characters, then you see how many times I would have done it.
100.
So this is very bad for space. Why? Because string is actually immutable. So every time you are creating new space in the memory.
Okay.
That's why this is a bad solution. But this is, we call it as a brute force solution. Means at least I'm giving you some solution. It is a bad solution, but at least I have given you some solution. So this is a brute force solution. So when this question is asked, at least you can give this solution and then you can say that, okay, this is a solution, but this is a bad solution. Now we can look for a better solution. Did you guys understand why I'm trying to show this?
Yeah.
This is a little bit of fundamental of thinking in DSA terminology. Okay.
So we can use a reverse the name, reverse name.
For that same reason, this solution also we should not give, because this solution is an abstraction. You have not done any work here. Okay. For that reason, this solution is also not acceptable. This solution is a brute force solution. Fine. Now, this solution, what you were trying, this can be okay. So this we can see. Also, one more thing. When we were doing which one? Till now we have not done in this solution, but let us try to do this. So what we should do here?
Yeah.
We should do length of name -1 to -1. Okay, then we will get it. Why length of name -1 here I'm doing? Try to think what is happening. From where we have to start. So suppose if it is Euron, suppose. So what is the length?
0 to
five, sir.
What is the length? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and you are saying that I will start from index 5. Is there an index 5 here? Index 5 is
No,
there.
no.
0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is only there. No, so you have to
Got
start from
it, got
4.
it. Yes.
You have to start from 4. That's why it should be length of name -1. Then someone for this -1, someone is saying it will be 0, someone is saying 1, someone is saying -1. Why it should be -1? Because it will start from here. It will go from 4 to 3, then from 3 to 2, then 2 to 1, then 1 from 1 to 0. Okay, so if you put 0, then this will not be included because this is not this is exclusive. So if you put 0 here, then it will only go till U. It will not include E. So we have to go 1 less than 0, which is -1. That's why here -1. And this -1 here means
skip.
reverse. Not skip, Baba, reverse.
Yeah.
This means you guys have not practiced previous lessons, whatever I've shown in class. You have to play around a little bit, okay? You have to play around. See, if I put here 0, then it will go only till U.
Yes, correct.
Understood? And this syntax, what I'm writing here, this syntax, very often you will use. So at some point you will also memorize it. I'm not saying you should memorize it. I'm just saying at some point it will be default, it will set in your head. Because reverse will be very common thing which we will do when we are working with different DSA concepts. So the summary of this discussion, few things that I wanted to show you. One is that dry run, edge case, okay, understand question. Many times I gave you some questions, somebody was writing, I was not able to understand. So first understand question, dry run using example. Okay, these three things. And what was the fourth thing? Communication. This is the most important thing, guys. This is the most important thing. Whether what you are saying is correct or what you are saying is wrong. See, all of us don't know the correct answer. If you will ask me some question, it is possible that I might not know the correct answer.
Yeah.
I am also a human being. I don't know everything. But if you are giving me a question, I will first understand. I will say, okay, you are asking this. Do you mean this? What should I do? Let me take one example. Okay, so if the example is Ashish, then what do you mean by reverse string? So you will say, okay, reverse string means SHIHSA. Is this correct? I will say, yes, this is correct. Okay, then I have to write one code. The first code that is coming to my mind is I can do this, but this is one abstraction. I know that. Okay, let me try to write another code. Then you will do character plus you will write that loop. Then you will say, okay, this we have done, but this is bad because it is having so and so memory. This is brute force. Let me try to write it in a better way. So when you write the code like this, then you have to explain it that, okay, length of name -1. Why length of name -1? Because it will go till so and so. -1, why? Because this is exclusive. -1 here, why? Because it is reverse. Then I will write this. Now, is this also a solution? Tell me. After doing all this, whatever I have given, is this also a solution? Is this correct? If I show this, how much marks will you give me out of 10?
No, we have to append it a new.
This code is not complete. Because we are supposed to reverse a string. Have we reversed the string? No, we have just printed something.
So we need to create a function, and also we need to put the comments there. What the function?
Not just that. That is even later. Bhavesh is saying that reverse string plus is equal to name I. Again, you are making the same mistake. Bhavesh is giving me this code.
Yeah.
Is this correct?
No, this will again occupy the memory.
I'm asking, is this correct?
No.
It is correct. It is correct. But it is inefficient. There is a difference between incorrect and inefficient. This is inefficient because again he is changing string. So whenever you are changing string, you should be very, very careful. So what should we do then?
We can create an empty string and we can keep
We
appending.
can create a
List.
Empty
We
string
can
and
make
keep
it one
appending.
list.
one person at a time. What you were saying? Sorry.
Tell us, sir.
We can
No.
We can create.
we can append the new every character to the empty string.
If you are appending to a string, you are modifying a string. So वही बात हो गई ना फिर से कि string को तो modify कर सकते हैं, correct है, लेकिन वो inefficient है ना, बताया ना मैंने.
It will
Sir,
create okay.
yeah, sir, we can create one list, empty list. Then
We can create
should
an
make
empty
it.
list. We can do like this. We are getting this, then we can join this.
Yeah.
How to join?
Yeah, empty dot join up. Yeah.
Now we are getting. Now we can make one function here. We can say def reverse string. Give me one string, then I will reverse it and I will return it like this. Now my function is complete. I will say reverse string and I can give, for example, code vera. Okay, what happened? यहाँ पे string आएगा ना? String,
Yeah.
string like this. Now this is giving me reverse.
Yeah.
But sir, if we remove the print and start appending, it will create multiple copies. शाश्वत नहीं समझे त्रिपाठी जी, फिर से बताइए क्या बोल रहे हैं? Why did we create reverse string as a list? Okay, this is one way of writing. Okay, this is one way of writing. Another way, maybe
Hello,
what he's
sir.
saying is that instead of making it string, why can't we make it like this? You are saying. You're saying like this we should do.
This is string, no? This is string, pure string.
I'm asking Sashwat.
Because of it is a brutal force solution.
Both are correct. Both are correct, but this is better, more efficient, and this is
No.
less efficient.
Sir, why do they name divine as brutal force, sir? Is there any meaning? I
What
think it's,
brutal force?
no, you mentioned that, right? It can create.
Sir, why it is less efficient due to it is every time it is taking new space.
Creating new
Okay.
memory. For every iteration, it will create new memory.
You only think, no? You only think. Think. Okay, suppose I'm creating Euron. In this method, what we are doing? We are creating one reversed string and this is the empty list. Okay, then what we are doing, we are taking this is the empty list. We are taking this n, we are putting it here. Then we are taking this o, we are putting it here. We are taking this r, we are putting it here. Then we are taking this u, we are putting it here. And then we are taking this e, we are putting it here. Okay, and then we are joining these to create one string. ठीक है? So
Yeah.
if this is having n number of characters, then this list will also have n number of characters, and this string will also have n number of characters. Fine?
Yes.
Fine. But now if you do like this, if you do Euron and you are trying to do string method, then you will take n, then you will take on, then you will take ron, then you will take uron, and then you will take euron. How much memory you have taken? 5
5
plus 4,
times.
9 plus 3, 12 plus 2, 14 plus 1, 15. Which means 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Are you guys following?
Yes.
तो कहानी अब सुनो. Okay, this I will discuss later, but we are on the topic, so let me make you understand this. So if you are doing via string method, I wanted to discuss some other topic, we are discussing some other topic, but this is more important. String method versus list method. Okay, suppose your string is having 5 characters, then list method, how much space you will take? 5, or you can say 5 plus 5, 5 for the list, 5 for the string. In string method, how much you will take? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5. If suppose it is 10, then here how much you will take? 10 plus 10. Here how much you will take? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 10. If it becomes 100, then here how much you will take? 100 plus 100. Here how much you will take? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus like that dot 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 till 100. How much is this? 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus dot 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 till 100. How much it is?
More than 1000.
100 into 99 by 2, n into n plus 1 by 2. होता है ना? Are you getting it? So if it is n, then if you're doing string method, then it is n into n plus 1 by 2, and here it is only 2n. Can you see? This is n squared and this is only n. N squared and n ka difference. What is this difference? What does this difference mean? It means that suppose you have to pay money. Suppose you have to pay money for every memory. Then when your string is having 2 characters, the list method is taking 2 and your space method is taking 4 squared. This is n and this is n squared. When it becomes 4, then this becomes 4, but this becomes 16. When this becomes 10, this becomes 10 and this becomes 100. And when it becomes 100, this becomes 100 and this becomes 10,000. And suppose what will happen when it becomes 10,000? This will become 10,000 and this will become how much? 10,000 multiplied by 10,000. So how much money you are paying here and how much money you are paying here? And when this 10,000 will become 1 lakh, then this will be 1 lakh and this will be how much? You can imagine. So which code is better now? Tell me.
List.
This one is better, no? You might be thinking, sir, what is so much difference? List only and string only, no? So what? How much does it matter? This much it matters.
So for this,
Tell me. Did you guys understand? I have just explained to you the time complexity concept.
Yeah. Sir, one more question. For this example, right, what you demonstrated. So this is only for a reverse method, correct?
It is for any method, any problem that you are solving.
Any method, right?
Any problem that you are solving, you have to think about how much time and how much space it takes.
Correct. For example, let us say we have defined one string equal to hello, and the list we can define one more list hello. So in this case, the memory will be the same, right? How do we deviate the memory size?
So actually,
No. My question is that string equal to hello, sir. String equal to hello, and the list is equal to hello. So in this case, we are not performing any operation. We are not performing any methods and operation.
That's what. See, that's why I told you before. When you are writing some function, you are not just writing for one hello.
Yeah, we should perform only the function, then it is inefficient.
You have to perform when you are writing any function, you are not just writing for a particular string. Hello.
Correct.
You are writing one function to reverse it.
Yeah.
It can be one hello. It can be one hello, how are you? Or it can be hello and one full paragraph can be there.
Yes.
So actually the hello and that hello is not changed. There is no reverse function, anything. In that case, just we can take that constant, the string. That's it.
Sorry? I did not understand your.
If there is no change in that case, just we can use a string as a constant that we can use.
What?
If there is no operation. If
No,
there is
sir, what?
only hello
The
word,
what?
if there is only hello word, in that case, why we will be using a list? Just we can use a string because there is no operation.
I'm not understanding what you're saying.
No, sir, what does he ask mean? If we are defining the hello with one string, right? At the same time, that defining the hello with one list. So which is efficient, the memory wise? So string
Both are
equal to
same.
hello.
Both are
Both are
same.
same, right? Okay. Because generally in Python, the string can be stored into string pool, right?
That is,
But
see,
list,
listen. It is not about what you are storing, how much memory it takes. Suppose you are taking
okay,
hello. Understand?
yeah,
Suppose you are taking, someone is saying this is a string,
yeah,
and someone is saying this is a list.
yes,
L and then L and then O. How much memory this takes and how much memory this takes. That's not important.
mm-hmm.
Suppose this takes a little bit more memory and suppose this takes a little bit less memory. It doesn't matter because this is a integer, this is a string, and this is every single character. It doesn't matter how much this is taking.
Okay,
What matters? What matters is that when you are doing some operation on this, how does it scale? If you are having, that's why I gave you that example. Take some time to understand it. Okay, it will take time. That's okay, fine. We will take time, no problem. Suppose you are having one input, string of one size. Okay, and you are storing it as a list versus you are storing it as a string. Suppose this is taking X memory and this is taking X plus 2 memory. Suppose. Okay, then when it is 1, this will be 1 and this will be 3. If this becomes 100, then this becomes 100 and this becomes 103. If this becomes 1000, then this becomes 1000 and this becomes 1003. Doesn't matter. They're scaling
okay,
in the same way. This is taking little bit more memory. That is not our concern. But suppose there is some third method. And here it is taking X, here it is taking X plus 2, but here it is taking X square.
correct.
Suppose. Then what will happen? This is 1, this becomes 3, this becomes 1, this becomes 100, this becomes 100, this becomes 103, but this becomes what? This becomes 100 into 100. This becomes 10,000. Then there is difference.
Yeah.
And it becomes 1000, then this becomes 1000 into 1000. Are you understanding?
Yes, yes.
This is what? This is scaling. Sai Krishna, this is not a doubt. This is an actual concept. We were doing something else, we came here, but this is an important concept. This anyway you have to learn tomorrow.
Okay, fine.
This is the most important thing in DSA that you have to learn. I have not given the name to it, but this is called as BIGO. Did you understand this concept? And here it can be X squared, sometimes it can be X cube. You can imagine that if you're writing a code which is X square or X cube, how inefficient it will be.
Okay.
So from now onwards, whenever you are writing code, try to understand. And here we are just talking about space. Actually, there is a space also and time also. Whenever we are writing any code, whenever we are writing any program, we pay in two ways. We are paying with time or we are paying with space. The money that you spend is always based on the time spent or the space that you're taking. So we have to write code that is both time efficient and space efficient. How much ever efficiency can be achieved, that we should achieve. And time and space is not in terms of how much space or how much time it takes. It's based on how much it scales with respect to space or time. Not the absolute space, not the absolute time, but relative space and relative time. That if today I'm having 10 characters, how much time? Tomorrow, if I make it 10 to 100, then how much? From 100 to 1000, how much? 1000 to 10,000, how much? This idea, did you understand? If you have understood this, then you have understood a very important thing.
Okay.
Bhavesh,
So
Sai Krishna, Shashwat, you guys understood? Lalit Mohan.
Just one question, how will we know whether it is x plus 2 or x square or x cube or x plus
so
100, whatever?
Just like how I got to do. See, x and x plus 2 does not matter. These two are same.
Yeah.
These two are same. There is no comparison between them. So you will do dry run. How I have done the dry run here in string. आपने जो कोड लिखा है, ये आपने कोड लिखा है यहाँ पे, तो ये कोड क्या कर रहा है आपको मालूम तो होना चाहिए ना.
ठीक है.
so will you
कैसे मालूम
explain the
चलेगा? यहाँ पे लाइन बाय
concept?
लाइन जो कोड चल रहा है, that you have to understand. So we are doing this reverse string dot append. Sorry, not this one. This one. You are doing reverse string is equal to string plus something. So पहले हमने n, तो पहले हमने यूरॉन था, पहले हमने n बनाया, फिर on बनाया, फिर ron बनाया, फिर uron बनाया, फिर euron बनाया. इस कोड में तो यही हो रहा है ना. यहाँ देखेंगे, अच्छा यहाँ पे एक मेमोरी लगा, यहाँ 2 लगा, यहाँ 3 लगा, यहाँ 4 लगा, यहाँ 5 लगा. टोटल कितना लगा? 1 + 2 + 3 + 4 + 5. 5 थे तो इतने लगे. 100 होते तो कितने लगते? 1 + 2 + 3 डॉट 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 टिल 100. और अगर n होते तो कितने लगते? 1 + 2 + 3 डॉट 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 टिल n. तो इसका सम क्या होता है? n × n + 1/2 होता है. ये क्या हो गया? n स्क्वायर हो गया लगभग. n स्क्वायर + n/2. ठीक है, तो जो सबसे बड़ा एलिमेंट होता है इसमें n स्क्वायर, वो हो गया यहाँ पे. जहां पे भी आपको स्क्वायर दिख गया मतलब खेल खत्म है. अगर यहाँ n³ हो जाता तो और खराब था. n4 हो जाता तब तो आपको कोड लिखने का जरूरत ही नहीं है, मत ही लिखो.
ठीक है सर.
यही सेम चीज टाइम में भी होगा. यहाँ पे मैं स्पेस में बताया क्योंकि स्पेस इजी होता है स्टार्टिंग में समझने के लिए, बट यही सेम कॉन्सेप्ट टाइम में भी लगेगा. ये आइडिया इंपॉर्टेंट है, फिर इसका एप्लीकेशन आपको आगे चल के खुद से समझ में आ जाएगा. चूंकि स्ट्रिंग के कॉन्सेप्ट, ये डिस्कशन क्यों स्टार्ट हुआ? डिस्कशन इसलिए स्टार्ट हुआ क्योंकि हम लोग स्ट्रिंग पढ़ रहे थे, और स्ट्रिंग में व्हेनेवर वी आर ट्राइंग टू डू दिस मैनिपुलेशंस, यू हैव टू बी केयरफुल टू ट्राई टू अवॉइड इट. That's why I gave this reverse question, because this is a very starting question that you will solve in your lead code. So if you go to lead code, you will find one question called reverse string. There you can try to give this solution.
Sir, will you cover the time complexity and space complexity
Everything
in
I will
future,
cover,
sir?
sir. Everything I will cover.
No, because you have explained the one significant things, right? String and list. So likewise, we have many more data types.
We have not started DSA till now.
Okay, got it also.
Because I gave that example, that's why I went into this. See,
Yeah.
you can see in lead code, there's a question. Reverse string. Write a function that will reverse a string. Input string is given as an array of characters S.
Okay.
You must do this by modifying the input array in place with O of 1 extra memory. यहाँ पे you can try this. What it is saying? What is this meaning? What is the meaning of this?
No, not getting, sir, that one, I think.
Have I explained this meaning of the word in place in class? I think I have done that. I think I have done that.
Deep copy.
Not deep copy. In place का मतलब I have understood. I have explained. No. You go back, I will find out. I will go. I don't remember because I take many lectures, but if I go back, I think I have taught what is in place.
In place.
Let me see. I think I've not written it, but somewhere I've explained it. In place का मतलब. Permanent change in place is equal to true. What does that mean? So try to solve this question. Try to solve this question. You have already solved it, but that code may or may not work. I don't know.
Sure.
What more we can do? Try to think of some other ways also. There are many ways to solve this question. The more you will solve it, the more way you will do it, that it will become more better. I will give you one hint. Okay? Try to do it and see if you are able to do it. Suppose this is the example that has been given to us. If you understand this, then your string is clear. Basically, I'm showing you strings. Okay. Suppose this is what is given to us. What is the time? How much time we have? I want to cover
Right now it's almost right now 6:30, 6:24.
five more minutes. After that, we will do exception handling. Within 20 minutes, we'll complete exception handling. Okay. Suppose this is the problem. Okay. If I am able to take this E, and if I'm able to take this N, and if I'm able to swap them, I will bring N here and I will bring E here. And then I will take this U and I will take this O and I will swap them. O ke badle U, U ke badle O. If I put U, O here, and if I put U here, and then this value, I will just swap. I will just keep it as it is. Then have I reversed it?
Okay.
Have I reversed it?
Yes.
Yes, we can
Did
do
I?
it.
What is the space? How much space did I take?
I think 3 times 3 space. Enough
How
3
three?
times.
How three? How three?
So we have the 5 characters.
So did I take any extra space?
No, as it is a list,
2 iterations overall.
not created a new list or a new space.
I did not. Did I take any extra space? The answer is no. I did not take any extra space. Earlier, what we were doing? Earlier, what we were doing? I was giving E, U, R, O, N. And you were iterating from here. You were creating a new list. And you are taking this N here, you're putting it here. You're taking this O, you're putting it here. You're taking this R, you're putting it here. You're taking this U, you're putting it here. You're taking this E, you're putting it here. After doing this, you are reverse. You are doing dot join and you are putting this. Okay. So you are using, if this is N characters, then you are taking N characters here. But here, what did I do? इस E और इस N को यहीं पे मैंने swap कर दिया.
Okay, updating
This
the
U
same
and O
list.
here only I swapped, and this R is here only. So did I take any extra memory? I did not take any extra memory. So if it is having 5 characters, I took suppose X space. So if this 5 becomes 50, then also I will take X only. And if this becomes 500, then also I will take X only. And if this becomes 5 million, then I will also take X only. So when the input is increasing, the space is the same. So this is called as constant space. Or we will call it O of 1. The O of 1, forget. Don't worry about O of 1. We'll say this is constant space. Means space is not changing. Is everyone understanding?
Yes.
Yeah.
Sir, I have
Rakesh,
one
Rahul
question.
Pandey, Shubham,
Sir.
Vikas Kumar, Abhimanyu ji, Ramesh.
Yeah, I
Ramesh
have
ji.
one quick. Sir, I have one quick question. When we make it list dot append as well, it is also writing to the same place, right?
List dot append means?
List dot append, why is going to create the new list? It can
Why will it not create new list?
The same empty list.
same list only, right? List dot append up.
No. Arey. Ramesh ji.
Yeah, list is mutable, sir. It can write into
List
the
is
same
mutable, but you are creating a new list, no?
new list, yeah, correct. New
Then
list.
it is taking space. Arey, you are having this list.
Yeah, correct.
Then you are creating a new list, no? This is X, this is Y, this is new list.
Yeah, correct. New list, correct.
So
Yes.
this new list, so you are creating new space.
Okay, 2 append. Okay.
In this new list, you are putting N, O, R, U, and E. Imagine this is one room, this one plot you have bought. So in order to reverse this is another plot you are taking. In this plot again you are putting. From here you are creating the string.
Correct.
So in order to reverse this, you had to take this much memory.
Got it.
But if you do here itself, then you are not taking extra memory. That's why it is constant space.
Yeah, just you are swapping the values. That's
correct. Okay. Enough discussion about strings. Okay. I hope all of you are clear with what is a string. One thing I did not show you, quickly I will show you, which is formatted strings. formatted strings. Now there are few more things in string which I'm not showing you. You are already familiar with these things, so do it on your own. This is assignment for you. Go here and do dir of name. Okay, this is what we have done earlier also, when we were trying to learn list, dictionary and all those things. We were trying to do this. Okay, so this is there. So here you are having a lot of methods here. Okay, some of these
Yes.
methods are very intuitive. For example, if you are having, say for example, name is equal to, suppose I'm doing Ashish Singh. Okay, so I can do many methods here. For example, name dot upper. Okay, upper. So this will become in uppercase. Okay, similarly I can do name dot lower, then this will become in lowercase. Similarly I can do name dot is alpha, is alnum, alphanumeric, then it is giving me false. Okay, because this is not alphanumeric. Okay, similarly you can say that name dot is alpha, this will give me true. Why is name dot alpha? Because there is a space here, that's why it is not giving me. Okay, if I remove this space, if I say name is equal to Ashish, okay, new name, then if I do new name dot is alpha, okay, this will give me true. So what you have to do, you have to go and you have to explore all these different methods.
Functions, methods.
These are different functions. Okay, for example, there is strip. Suppose there is a strip. So what will happen in strip? If you are having some extra space on the left hand side, on the right hand side, if you do name,
Yes.
name dot strip, okay, it will remove any extra space on the left and right hand side. Now how will I know which method is doing what? Okay, so you go here and you click on shift tab, you will see here it will give you one doc string. In the doc string, the description will be written. Return a copy of the string with leading and trailing, white space removed. Okay, similarly you will have something called as, for example, you are having L strip. Okay, L strip. Now I don't know what is L strip. I also don't know. So what will I do? I'll go to this L strip and I will press shift and tab. Here I will read, return a copy of the string with leading, white space removed. Only leading. So from the left hand side only it will remove it. So you see, left hand side it has removed, but right hand side it is still there. Okay,
Yeah.
similarly you can do name dot, what else is there? Swap case. What will happen in swap case? I don't know. So I'll come here and say convert uppercase characters to lower and lowercase characters to upper. Fine. So
Okay.
whatever was lower will become upper, whatever is upper will become lower. Okay.
Okay.
Similarly, there is some partition. There is lower, is digit, right? If you are having some number here, okay. Suppose you're having some number here, and if you want to check whether it is a digit or not, so you can check like this:
Yeah.
is digit. It will give me true. But if I say apple dot is digit, then this will give me false because apple is not like that. Okay, so similarly you have to come here and you have to identify all of these things. Similarly you have encode and you have count, case fold, alnum, index. Okay, so you explore all these on your own. Some of them I have shown you. What is z fill? Okay, what is z fill? I'm having name. Okay, what is z fill? What will it do? Pad a numeric string with zeros on the left to fill a field of given width. So suppose if I'm saying this is 100, so see what will happen. So many times when you see, you will write numbers. So it has to be 5 digits. And if it is only 2 digits, then they will pad it on the left hand side. Okay. So for example, if you're saying you're having just 567. Okay. So if you do here 7, then it will make it 0000567. Many times when you're doing string processing, these type of methods come in handy.
Yes.
Okay. You have split. If you want to split using something, suppose we have name. Okay. If I do name dot split, it will split it on the basis of some character. By default, it is a space, and it will make it into separate. Okay. Suppose if you are having something like this, address is equal to 8th street, comma, 9th main road, comma, Bangalore, something like this. I want to make it into a list with respect to comma. Okay, so I can say address dot split with respect to comma. Then I will get like this. All of you are understanding? So try to explore
Yeah.
this on your own. Few of them I have shown you, few of them I have not shown you. This you try on your own. Okay. If you have any doubt, then you can ask me. Okay, guys.
So do we also access the underscore method as well, right?
No, for now, just ignore all these.
Mhm.
But you see that string, this name is also an object of the class string. So you see, it is also having this str method. We also wrote
Okay.
str method. Do you remember?
Yeah. Representing the string.
We also wrote add method. So you see here also it will have add. You can see here.
Yes.
We learned method overriding, if you remember.
Yes.
Okay. What is this contains? When you are writing, for example, like this address, and I want to check something. Okay, I want to check if Bangalore in address. I told you this is a membership check operator. You see, it is giving me true.
Yes.
So how this is working? This is a string. This is also a string. In between the string, there is one in operator. This in operator is also what? This is a method. Okay, how this method will work is controlled by contains. Similarly, we have this dir, and similarly we'll have this hash, and this is init is there. You see, these methods we have also learned. The length method is there. What will length method do? It tells us that what will happen when I use the length function len, and if I do address, it is 36. Okay, so you can understand few of these things here also if you have paid attention to the oops concept that I've shown you. But even if you don't understand these things, not very important, fine. If you do, very good. If not, fine. But these things just understand. Even if you don't remember all of them, no problem. Some of them just explore, see what happens. Try to read the documentation, you will see, you will understand. Okay, guys, we'll take 5 minutes break and then we will start exception handling. Is that okay? I'm also a little tired.
Yeah.
We'll take 5 minutes break and then we will learn about exception handling. Strings is covered. Okay, arcs and quarks we will do 5 minutes only. We can cover it, no problem. Main thing is exception handling. I will quickly show you. Okay, you will not use much exception handling in the DSA course, much. File handling also I'll show you within 5 minutes. We can close it. Today we'll take 15 minutes extra. Is that okay? We'll finish the class by 7:15.
That is fine, sir.
Yesterday we did not spend much time. That's why we'll compensate a little bit. Okay, guys, take some time and then we will continue after that. It is 6:37. Let us be back at 6:45. Is that okay?
Okay, fine.
We'll be back at 6:45.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Guys, I'm launching one poll. Can you see it? Please
Yeah,
give
yeah,
me some feedback.
yes, sir.
Did you guys get a feedback form? I would like to hear
Yes.
from you guys how you guys are feeling.
Submitted, yeah, it's a good one.
Okay, you can directly write in the WhatsApp group also. Okay, don't hesitate. Positive, negative, whatever you feel, you can write it. And if not, you can send me. Don't send me personal message. Write it in the group only, or you can tell me in the class. Okay. I have not received any feedback. I asked for it, but uh, you can use the poll.
Just
It is
submitted,
anonymous.
yeah.
It is anonymous. I will not get anything, so you can see.
Yeah, given, submitted.
Okay, okay. Everyone, please participate. Okay, we'll start. Chalo. So we want to talk about exception handling. What is exception handling? What is exception? We use the word error and we use the word exception. Okay, what are error or what is exception in Python? Earlier also you have seen many times we are getting some exceptions or we are getting some errors. Right? Suppose if I just say that fruit, I'm getting one error here, which is saying name error. Why am I getting this error? What is the reason I'm getting this error? Or suppose if I say int of 8.9, sorry, if I make it string, you see here I'm getting a value error. What is the meaning of value error?
That particular
Or if I say int is apple, here again I'm getting a value error. But if I say int, and if I put one list here, 1, 2, 3, then I'm getting a type error. What are these different errors? Name error, value error, type error. Or suppose if I just say like that, if I write like this fruit, not like this. If I say name is equal to इसका नाम डाले Sai Krishna. Okay, and then I say like this print name. Okay, then here I am getting indentation error. So these are different types of errors. These are different types of errors. So what are these errors? What is the explanation for these errors? Can someone tell me? Why am I getting this name error? Name error is getting because I'm trying to use a variable which is not defined. Fruit is not defined. I'm not given, Python does not know what is fruit. Here I'm getting a value error. Before that, I'm getting a type error. What is type? Type error means int function should not take a list. Int function, I am passing a list which is of wrong type. I should not pass a list. I should pass a number or I should pass a string. Okay. Then here I'm getting a value error. What is the difference between type error and value error? Type error or value error में क्या difference है? Guys, please respond fast. Value error means that the type is correct, but the value that I've given is wrong. Type तो ठीक है, बस उस type में जो value दिया गया है वो गलत है. So we are getting value error. And we are getting an indentation error. Okay, or we can get something like this. We can put here and we can put one here like this. Not here. Suppose we are putting one like this. Here we are getting a syntax error. Because randomly I have put one character here, I'm getting a syntax error. So these are different types of errors or exceptions that we see in Python. Now broadly, these are into two categories. Okay. In Python, there is not much distinction between error and exception in terms of nomenclature. Sometimes you will see exception, sometimes you will see error. But so don't bother too much about the Python nomenclature. But normally we can say that if we are talking about errors, there are two types. One is compile time and the other is runtime. What is the meaning of this? Compile time means errors which cannot be anticipated. For example, syntax error or indentation error. And runtime errors are errors which can be anticipated. Okay, which can be anticipated, so we can handle them graciously. What is the meaning of what I have written here? Can be anticipated, cannot be anticipated, we can handle it. What am I talking about? Can someone tell me? Before that, can someone just tell me what is error and exception in simple language? Guys, can you hear me, all of you? What is, if you can hear me, then why are you not answering? Yadav ji, Tripathi ji. Error we need to handle, exception not under control. Error or exception is basically something that goes wrong in the code that will not allow the code to get executed. Okay, or that will not allow the code to get executed. Then what is a bug? We often say the word bug. The code is having a bug. So what is the meaning of a bug? And is it different from error and exception? What is bug? Have you guys heard?
Occurs when we are passing some data, and based on the data it's generating, that we can say bug. Exception and error, that is basically syntax or the indentations, like something which we are writing which the grammar of the Python doesn't support, that is error. Exception, that means the provided data, based on that it's trying to generate some output.
Data of what?
Inputs. Data means input.
Data means input.
Bug is like a input is something and output is
See, bug means that the code is not giving the desired output.
Yes, correct.
It is getting executed, everything is there, but it is not giving me the desired output. For example, I wanted to add the salaries, but instead of adding, I'm multiplying the salaries. So instead of getting the answer as 50, I'm getting the answer as 500, something like that. So I'm getting the wrong answer, but the code is logically, syntactically correct. By logic, I mean the business logic or the user's logic is not getting executed. He's not getting the desired result. That is bug. So we are not talking about bugs. We are talking about errors and exception. Errors and exception is a different thing. Error and exception is something that will not allow the code to be executed. And there are two main categories in this. The first category is where the grammar of the code is wrong. Grammar of the code is wrong. For example, there is syntax error and there is indentation error. There are few other errors like this. If you are making a syntax error and indentation error, when the program is being compiled, when you write the code, that time itself, the compiler knows that this code is never going to get executed. Because you are not following the rules of the language. The grammar is wrong. That is one category. Second category is that you have done something else. The syntax of the language is correct. But you have done something else which will not allow the code to get executed. For example, you are passing the incorrect type, or you are passing the incorrect value, or you are trying to use a variable which is not defined, all these things. Or you are trying to divide by 0. Yes. If you're trying to divide by 0, if you're saying that result is equal to 10 divided by 0, in terms of Python syntax, this is correct. But if you try to run this, then it will give me 0 division error. Okay, so some people will say that error and exception is compile time and runtime, but in Python there is no such distinction. Everything is being called as error. Again, name does not matter, but we should understand what is the meaning behind it. So why we are trying to understand this? We are trying to understand this because earlier also I gave you one example that suppose if you're trying to take one pin from the user, okay, and I'm saying that input enter the pin. Guys, once it is 7:15, please give me one reminder, okay? Enter the pin, okay? And then you are having this correct pin. Correct pin is suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. And you're coming here and you are trying to check, okay? If pin equal to correct, and you're trying to convert this to integer. Okay, I know that I'm trying to convert this to integer. And I'm saying if pin is correct pin, then print you are logged in. Okay, else I will say print wrong password. Suppose I'm doing this. Then it is asking me to enter the pin. I'm entering 1, 2, 3. And it is saying wrong password. This is correct. But if I run this code and instead of entering pin, suppose I'm entering my name. Okay, I'm entering the name which is safe. Okay, you see what will happen? If I run this code, it is giving me this value error. Now, if this software is being used by your customer, does the customer want to see this red box? Will customer understand this whole thing that is written here? Because the code is being shown here. So do you want to show this to the customer? What do you want to show to the customer? You want to tell the customer that, sir, what you have entered is not a valid entry. Please enter a valid statement. Correct? Or pin is incorrect. Something like that. Are you guys following me?
Yes.
Okay. So how to do that? So what we have to do is whenever we are writing any code, we have to anticipate that what are the things that can go wrong in that code. इसमें क्या क्या गड़बड़ हो सकता है? What are the things that can go wrong? And beforehand, we should make some checks and balances. We should create one safety net that if this goes wrong, then I will do this. If this goes wrong, then I will do this. In life also we do like that, right? We try something, but in case it becomes success, it is fine. But in case it fails, we have some other option to do. We have some other plan B. So that is what we are going to do here. So when we are writing this code here, we can put it inside a try block. We can say try. And here we can come here and we can say except. Try means try to run this code. If this block of code gives any error, then you have to come here and you have to print something went wrong. Something went wrong. Please try again. So now if I run this code and if I write 1, 2, 3, then it is giving me wrong password. There is no error. Fine. If I run this again, if I say 1, 2, 3, 4, then it is running fine. The password is correct. It is saying you are logged in. But if I run this again and if I say Apple here, okay, and if I run this, you see, I am not getting that red box. I am getting this. Something went wrong. Please try again. You guys following what we did here? Yes or no? This is called as exception handling. This block of code will be executed when there is any error in the try block. Okay, now there can be different types of error that can happen here. This example everyone has understood, guys. Okay, there is one more statement here which is called as else. Okay, this block will have the main code that we want to execute. Okay, if this block of code runs, fine. If this block of code is having any error, then we will come here. If this block of code is having no error, then we can come to this else block, and whatever we are writing in this else block, that will be executed. The transaction was completed. Okay, what is this? This block of code will try to run. If it is giving any error, then we will come here. If this is not giving any error, then we will come to else.
Is it similar to finally block?
No, finally is different. Finally इसके बाद आएगा. Finally block, whatever you are writing, print connection closed, or you are saying you have been logged out. We'll say here else this code will be executed if try block did not have any errors, and this finally block, this block will be executed regardless of there was any error or not. So what did I say? What did I say? But first we will try to run this block. First we will try to run this block. This much. Whatever is inside this try block. Okay. If there is error, then we will come here in this except block. So here where we are getting error? In this line, int, and this input is a string. So you are trying to put string inside int, so we are getting a type value error. That value error is making us come to this except block. If there is no error, if there is no error, then we will come to else block. If no error. If there is no error, then this code will be executed. After this code is executed, we will come here. And this finally block, we will come regardless of whether we went to if or except or else. So try error आया तो try if error. If error, then we will go to try block. From try, we will go to except block. From except block, we will go to finally block. If there is no error, then we will go to try block. From try block, we will go to else block. From else block, we will go to finally block. So no matter whether there is error or no error, this finally block will always be executed. Now you will ask, sir, what is the use case? Why we want this finally block? In what situation? Are you having that question?
Yeah, so but before that else block, right? Instead of else block, what is the added advantage? Because if you don't give else block or write a piece of code over there, instead of else block, you can write a statement, then it will run, right?
Why will it run?
Because if there is no error, then after try block, next line runs, right?
If there is error, then also it will run.
So if there is
error,
no
then it will block it to except block only, right?
If there is no error, if else,
wait, line
number 9.
You are saying that what is the need for writing this else block here? I can simply write this print statement.
Right.
You are saying that, right?
Right.
But I want this print statement to be executed only if this code has successfully run.
So this try is working as a if?
Not if.
Then why it is?
It is like a if, but this try is actually sending the errors. This try is enabling. Wait, one question at a time. First, he was asking that I can simply write print statement here. So this print will be executed even after this except block. But I want this print to be executed only if this is successful. If this fails, suppose there is only print statement here, there is no else, then this code will run. If this is error, then we will go to accept. After the accept, we'll print this, but I don't want that.
No, but this else should be like if or else line number 3 to 9 that should be executed. This 15 should not be executed because this is else, right?
So can you execute the program? Because if you're saying that If there is no else block, you're saying that you need to print it, right? Can you execute giving a ABC number? Because I was guessing that if it is an exception,
wait.
program stops there only. It will not,
Wait.
will not
Wait. You're having this try block. You're having some logic here. Okay. Then you're having
Exception.
except block. Here you are also having some logic. And then you are having some else block. Here also you are having some logic. And then you are having some finally block. Here also you are having some logic. Okay. So far so good.
Yeah. So this
Now I want to run this logic. If there is any error in this logic, then I want this logic to be executed. I don't want this logic to be executed, but I want this logic to be executed. So I'll go from try to except to finally. If there is error, if there is no error, then I will execute this logic. Then I will go to this else block, and then I will go to this logic finally block. So far so good.
except either the except will be execute or else will be execute.
Or else will execute.
Okay.
Now you are saying that, sir, what is the need for this else? I will simply have the logic. So if you have logic like this, you will have the else try block, and you are putting the logic. Then you are putting except, and you are putting the logic. Then this logic you are simply putting here. No else block. Then this code will execute. If there is error, then this code will execute. After that, this logic will execute. But I don't want that. No, I don't want this to be executed if there was error. I don't know who was asking the question, but does this clarify you?
You're right.
I can execute and show you, but from this point, from this itself, you should understand what is happening. Yes or no?
Okay.
Sir, what is the difference between else and finally for this case if both are executed?
Finally block executes no matter it's an exception or non-exception. Finally block has generally runs it. It's generally used for the closing of database connections and all those stuff.
Correct. Finally is a very powerful block. Finally is a very powerful block. It will always be executed no matter what happened. Even if you raise some exception somewhere, it is going to run. Okay. So let me run this and see what happens. I'm putting some pin here. It is saying wrong password, but the transaction was completed because there was no error. So I came to this else block, and then you have been, suppose we will try to enter the pin. After entering the pin, we should be logged out. Okay. We should not, suppose this is ATM machine. When you put your card in the machine, it is possible that you are putting some amount, money is there in the bank, you can withdraw it. Money is not there in the bank, fine, you will get the message. Okay, maybe there is something wrong in the machine itself. No matter what happens, when the user takes out the card, the system should log out that user. Whether there was error, whether there was no error, does not matter, but the person should be logged out. If everything goes well, then transaction completed. If something goes wrong, then they will say, please, something wrong, please try again. If they enter the wrong pin, something happens, they will say. But in the end, they should be logged out. The card information should be deleted. Did you understand the use case? So you see now what is happening. Now, if I run this again, but this time I'm giving some error. I'm saying Apple. You see something went wrong, please try again. But you have been logged out. Now, did you understand try, except, else, finally? Okay. If I don't write this finally, there is no guarantee that this line will be executed or not executed. I can return from somewhere, I can put some break, there are many other things also, which can terminate the code. But finally, we'll make sure that no matter what is happening, this line of code will be executed.
Like a graceful termination.
Graceful termination, you can say. Now, someone said that it is often used to close the database connections. That is correct. Suppose you are logging into some database. Okay, you're doing some work. Maybe the work that you're doing was successful. Sometimes it can fail. Sometimes you just left it. Sometimes user power cut is there. Whatever happens. Okay. In any situation, finally block will be, To the best of the capability, this finally block will be executed. Okay. Now, one thing is, this is exceptions. Now, two things I want to show you. I don't know how much time we have. 5 minutes we have. Raising exceptions. You already know this. That we can also raise our own exceptions. This I have shown you already many times. So you can take here and you can come here. And what you can do here is you can say try. Okay. If there was some error here. Okay. Now, there can be different types of error. For example, here there is possibility that there can be type error and there can be value error. Value error will happen when I am putting a string, but string is of some wrong type. Type error will come when I am putting some different type. Okay. So here what I can do, I can come here and here I can write except. I can write here except exception as E. So exception is already there in Python. It is a class. So when error is occurring here, that error is propagated to this exception. So this exception can catch. We will say that this will throw error and this exception will catch error. So here we are catching the error. Once we are catching the error, we can also print the error. We can say print E. Print E means it will print what error came. What was the error? We also want to see what was the error. We can also use traceback. There is in Python, there is a module called traceback. Traceback gives us the traceback. What is traceback? Traceback ka matlab ye, this red line that we are getting, no? This is traceback, which means where the error happened. Here error happened in line number 1. Okay. Some other place, if you see when we are trying to get errors. Okay. Here if I see error. Why we are not getting error? You can see here also we are getting this type error. Somewhere we were getting error. Can't instantiate. See here. Why this is not coming in search? You can see this is a traceback. This is a traceback. So this traceback is telling us where error happened and what error happened. So if we read this, we can understand. So whenever we are raising and throwing exceptions, we also want to keep track of what was the error. We also want to log it. We will store it somewhere so that later we can go and see that what happened. It's also called logging. Okay. So logging is also one concept in Python. So here we can accept. Here we can print it. So we can run this code and we can come here and see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There was no error, so there is nothing here. But if we try to generate one error, if we put apple here, you can see it is saying the error is here. It is, I can put here. Like this we can put. And if I put here, if I see apple, you see the error is invalid literal for int with base 10 apple. Okay, I can do more things here. I can say e dot content. See here, the error itself is giving me an error. We can give text here. I think there is I think type. Let me print dir of e. Okay, here I should have something. Dot class context doc format get state hash init new set state size of traceback. You see we are having traceback, so let us print traceback and see what happens. E, and then I will also print traceback e dot traceback. So if I put apple here, I will remove this dir of e. You can explore this on your own also. Apple. See here we are getting traceback. I think it is a method. See, this is a traceback. Okay, so we can remove this. What I was trying to show you is that we can catch different types of error. So what happens in Python? There is a generic error. There is a generic exception. And now if you have understood inheritance properly, you will see that this is the base exception. Okay, and from exception, there are different types of exception. For example, type error, value error, name error. Okay, and you will have, for example, more errors, different types of errors. For example, I'm not able to forget file error, file not found. Okay, so there are different types of errors here. There are different types of errors here. So you can catch the exception, or you can catch these exceptions, saying that if there is type error, then give me. If there is value error, then give me. Then if there is name found error, file not found error, or zero division error. Okay, so you can catch like this. So what we will do, we will catch in multiple stages. This is the general exception, सबसे general. Okay, so you'll see, I'll show you what I mean. Okay, so what I can do here, I can say except you see type error as E, and you can say I can print there was a type error. Okay, and I can also catch, I can say except 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 value error as E. I can say print there was a value error. What basically I'm saying, that I am anticipating that there is a possibility that there can be type error. If this code throws type error, then I will come here. If this code throws a value error, then I will come here. If this code throws some other error, which is not type error or value error, then this is the general exception. It will catch all types of error. This exception, this block will catch all exceptions. That's why it is important that it should be the lowest. The specific error should be on top. The general exception should be bottom. Now you will say why we are doing this. If this will catch all exceptions, then what is the need for doing this? Correct, no? What is the need for doing that? Can someone tell me? Guys, quickly, it is 7:17. You have 10 more minutes. Quickly finish. Tell me, what is the need? All of you are tired. It is to handle different errors differently. For example, if there is a type error, I want to show user some other thing. Okay, if there's a value error, I want to show some different message. If there is a file not found, if user is trying to read a file that is not present, then I will give that specific message to the user, or I will handle it in a different way. Suppose user is trying to do division by 0, then I want to handle it in a different way. So for different errors, I want different handling. So for that, I want to catch different errors differently. It is possible that I am anticipating 5 different types of error, but the actual error that came is of 6th type, which I did not anticipate. Then this general block of error, this general block of code will always accept it. It is going to handle that. Are you guys understanding? So now I will show this to you. Okay, let us run this code. I will say, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4. It is running finally, there is no problem. Then I will run this code and I will say Apple. Okay, so see, it is saying it was a value error. You have been logged out. Now, if there's a value error, then I can say some message here that, sir, what you have entered is of the wrong value. Please correct it, or whatever you want to handle. Okay. Similarly, if there's a type error, suppose if I come here and here it is difficult to generate type error. Why? Because everything that I will enter will be string. So I cannot put it into list. Okay. But suppose I was doing some other logic here. Suppose I was trying to do, there is a method called eval. I'm not able to think what else can be there. I can simply do here. See, for example, if I do eval, okay, what eval does? 1, 2, 3. Yes. Someone is saying something. See, there's a function called eval. So function eval actually converts any string which contains some other data structure to that data structure. Okay. So here I'm having a list, but that list is in type of, it is in the form of a string. So this is converting this string list to an actual list. Okay, so if we take this and if we try to convert this to int, you see I'm getting a type error. Okay, so let me do this. If you do eval of 9.2, this will give you 9.2. If you do 9, it will give you 9. So what I can do here, I can come here and I can take this block of code again and I'll put it here and I will put here input. I'll put one eval here. Okay, so now if you come here and suppose I'm for some reason I'm putting one list here, 1, 2, 3, 4, just to show you, okay, that type error can come. I'm just trying to jabardasti, I'm trying to create one type error. Okay, so you see I'm getting there was a type error. Okay, but if I run this and if I say apple, then you see it says error is apple is not defined. Remove this eval. Okay, and if I say apple, you see it is saying there was a value error. So whether type error or value error, separately you are able to handle that. Did you understand this? All of you, exception handling. Now there is one more thing in this, which is raising an exception. Raising. So here we are only using the exception that is by default it is raised. But I can also create my own exception. My own exception. For example, if in the same thing, suppose I want to create a system where a person will enter their age and I will tell whether that student can get admission in school or not. Okay, so I'll say age is equal to int enter your age. Okay, guys, I will take 5-10 more minutes. Okay, is that okay? 7:30 we'll close it. I know I said 7:15, but still. Okay, age, and I will say if age less than 10, okay, then print you will get admission. Okay, if else, we'll say print you are old, cannot get admission. Okay, suppose this is the logic that I have written here. Okay, now I can put this in try block. And I can come here and I can write one except block. Except exception as E, and I can print E. This is the system. What happened? Int. Sorry. What did I do? Input. Na?
Input. Yeah.
Sorry. Input. Enter your age. Iska int. है ना? Okay. So I'll say 12, and it is saying you are old, cannot get admission. If I run again, if I'm saying 9, it is saying you will get admission. Fine. But now what I want to do is I want to raise an exception. I don't want to, if it is else block, I want to raise one exception. So what I can come here and I can do print and I can raise an exception. Means I am raising one exception. There is no exception. Nothing has gone wrong here. But I have decided that I want to raise one exception. Earlier also I have done that. In some other example I'll show you. I can say invalid, or I can say insufficient, or underage error. We'll say I'm creating one underage student, or I can say student is underage. Some message I'm giving, some custom message I'm giving. Okay, so if you come here and if I say 19, you can say not underage, this is actually overage. Okay, so if I run this code, you can see I'm getting one custom message. You are old, cannot get admission. One exception is giving, which is student is overage. That is coming here. It is actually coming here. Print. Remind me in the next class, I will show you a little bit in PyCharm how to debug it. Okay, I have not shown you, I think. Okay, there was some error. So if you come here, if I say 19, you see there was some error. We are actually coming here and then we are printing the error. What is the error? Student is overage. So this is custom error message that we have created. We can also create custom error type. For example, I told you that there are different types of errors. Like for example, type error, name error, value error, zero division error, okay, syntax error, indentation error. There are many different types of errors. So I want to create my own type of error. So error is coming from the class in Python which is called as exception. So if we want to create our own custom exception, we can inherit from this exception and we can create that. Again, this is slightly advanced thing. You will not use it normally, but still, let me show you.
It's also follow the hierarchy.
Huh. So what I can do here is, I can create one class. I can say underage or overage, sorry, overage exception, and this will inherit from exception. Okay, so here you can actually raise exception, you can raise index error, you can raise value error, you can raise type error, up to you. Okay, but I want to create my own error exception so that I can handle it in my own way, because student is not having the correct age. That is custom to my requirement or custom to my software that I am building. Okay, so I can do this pass, nothing I've done. I've just written this much. So you see, but just by using an inheritance oops concept, we are able to create our own exception just by writing one line. Okay, so we'll write this, and here I can come here. I can say I don't want to raise type error. I can raise my own except error, which is called as overage exception. Okay, and here I can come and here I can catch it. I can say except. Whenever you are raising an exception, make sure that you catch it. Otherwise, don't raise it. The point of raising an exception is only to catch it. You raise in one place, you catch in another place. Or it is possible that you raise it, catch it, again raise it, again catch it, again raise it, again catch it, as on how your software flows. This you might not understand right now if you're new to Python. Don't worry about it. But just keep in your mind for future that whenever you are raising an exception, always catch that exception. Okay, so I'm raising one. I'm saying that if there is overage exception as E, then I will just print, sir, the student is overage. Please try different school. Okay, and if there is some other exception, then it will come to exception. But if there is overage exception, then it will come here. Understood now? So now if I run this code and you see if I give 19, then you see it is not coming here. It is coming to this block. It is saying, sir, the student is overage. You cannot get admission. Here I'm making this print statement. I can remove that print statement. Okay, and if I give 8, then everything is working fine. Did you guys understand?
No. Sir, on which situation do we go with overage exception? On which situation do we go with raise exception? Any
Sorry.
scenario, any difference when we go with overage exception, when we go with raise exception?
अरे overage exception is for this example that student का admission हो रहा है.
Yeah.
It is age is more. That's why I've created that.
Well, that is fine, but my question is that what is the difference on both? Can we choose any one or any one exception or any? Why do we go with custom exception? Sir, are you able to hear me? My question. Hello. Network issues. Okay. No.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, we are able to hear you. Yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah, you what were you saying? Tell me.
No. My question is that we have written the two exception, custom exception and race exception. On what basis, what scenario do we go with the custom
Depends on
exception?
you. Depends on you.
So
Why you
for
will raise a
both.
custom? Why will you raise a custom exception? Because when you are writing your software, there is some specific type of thing which you are anticipating will go wrong, and for that you have to write your own custom logic. Then you use custom exception. If it is a normal exception, use the normal exception.
We can make it instead of the custom exception, we can make it race exception as well, sir.
You can
We'll
make it.
make it. We can make it race exception.
You can write raise exception, sir. But if you put raise exception, then all the different types of exception that is coming, that you will come here. But what I want,
Okay.
I want to handle different things differently. If someone is overage, then I want to give this message. If suppose I'm giving, sorry, my screen is not shared. Sorry.
Yeah.
Now, can you see now?
Yes, we are able to see. Yes.
I'm saying that suppose there is some other error coming here. Okay, suppose I'm giving apple here. Then this I want to handle it differently, because this is the invalid input. Versus
Correct.
I'm giving some input where the student is not of the correct age. So these two are different types of situations. I want to handle them differently. That's why I'm creating different types of exception. If you only do raise exception, then all it will be bundled with every other error. You will get it together. You will not be able to pick it out. You will not be able to cherry pick it and handle it differently.
Okay, sir. I think it's a meaningful, right? Overage, instead of that raise overage exception, we can make it raise exception of student is overage also.
You can do raise exception also.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both are the
But
same.
if you do raise exception, this is correct. But if you do this, then you will go to this block.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. There can be different types of error. No, someone is putting invalid input. Someone is putting invalid input. Versus
Correct.
someone is putting underage. Someone is putting overage. Okay.
Yes.
So I want to handle this separately. I want to handle this separately. I want to handle this separately. For all of them, if I do raise exception, then all of them will come to this block. All of them will be treated in the same way, but I want to treat them in a different way. That's why I'm raising here different types of exception.
Okay. So to deal with that different way, that's why you can do this.
This is
Got it.
overage exception. Similarly, if you have some other block, you can also create one underage exception like this.
But inside, do we write any logic
Yes.
inside of the pass command?
No, here you don't have to write anything.
Anything, right? No,
Nothing.
just
you have to
pass command.
You can write. If you want to add some new attributes, we learned in inheritance, right? Inheritance,
Yes,
we are
correct.
taking all the code that is written in exception. We can add more things, but we will not go into that much things.
Okay, got
You
it.
can add more attributes methods here. You can do that. For example, if someone is overage, how much overage, that you can add here if you want. So you can do init, super init of exception, all that you can do. But I'm not doing all that. Okay. You can, that will elongate the discussion even more. I don't want to get into that, but I want to teach you basics of exception handling.
Yeah, that is fine, sir.
Okay. You can, if you want, just write it down. I will, sometimes later we can go into more detailed discussion. Okay. That's all I wanted to discuss today, guys. Okay. All of you understood today's session?
Yeah. Sir,
Okay.
and one more quick question on the eval command, right? Eval command is nothing but you can also pass the dictionary, you can evaluate it, right? Yeah, the eval command.
It will come in handy when you learn data science and all, no? Many times it will come in handy.
Okay. Maybe it can understand the real data type.
It will try to extract what is the Python object inside a string.
Oh, Python object.
Bhavesh
Is
is
this
saying,
real
please
object?
cover file handling as well so that we can start DSNSB. Today we will not do. Today is enough. I think 3 hours, more than 3 hours. You guys will also, many people will be tired. File handling is there. File handling, you will not need much in your DSA. It's not needed. And it is just 5-10 minutes topic. I will cover it. Or you guys, I will go to my channel again.
Yeah.
Okay. You can go here. Let me share. And I will give you, there is 1 week of time. So try to watch few things here. I will tell you
So
which
what?
ones.
Mhm.
1 second, give me. String today I have covered, right? So string, whatever I told you, every single method I have explained in this video. Strings, this video. And there
Okay.
is part 1 and part 2. In part 2, we have done practice also. There are some practice questions on strings. So you can take these
Okay.
two, you can watch these 2 videos, you will get complete understanding of string. I have covered everything, but there is more practice. So today we practice from a DSA perspective. This one is not from DSA perspective, but just general practice of string methods.
Okay.
Okay, you can watch this. And arcs and quarks pe one video I have. Where
Can
is
you
where
ping
it is?
the link for YouTube link?
I will give you. I will give you.
And also, can you ping your GitHub link also where you have exercise, right?
It will be there in my description somewhere. You will go to my this one. GitHub ka link is here. You can see here. So in
Okay.
my description, it will be there. Here, if you go, you will see all the all the files and notebooks, everything. Okay, this is just extra for you to practice. This is not part of this thing, but this is whatever I'm teaching. It's the same thing, but different examples. Okay, and you can see here, oops is there. And I told you should also watch this video, last one, this one. This will give you good understanding of oops. This is one small mini project in oops.
Last video. Okay.
The last
Mhm.
one. Okay, file handling
Mhm.
also I have covered here. You can see exception handling also I have covered here in very lot of detail. This file exception handling I have covered in class also. File handling, you can see, watch these 2 videos. Almost 1.5 hours videos are there. You can watch these 2 videos. Next class I will cover little bit of file handling, but it is not much needed for DSA. For your general Python knowledge, it is needed. Okay, and this arcs and quarks also video is there. Arcs and quarks also some 10 minutes topic is there. I will cover it. But if you want like slow explanation, you can watch this video. Okay, I will cover all of this, but just giving you one reference. Okay, chalo. We'll stop for today. I'll wait for 2 minutes. Anyone has any question, you can talk to me. Otherwise, we'll close it.
What was that
Yeah.
difference, the exception and that error?
In Python, there is not much, but normally we say that there are 2 types. One is compile time and one is runtime. Okay, in Python nomenclature, there is not much difference.
Okay, we can make it one, I can say.
It doesn't matter, no. But if you are trying to learn about error, think of 2 types of. One thing I did not show you, just 1 second, that if you make any syntax mistake, that will not be caught here in except block. That you should be careful. I forgot to say this. If you make any syntax mistake, suppose you make like this, then you will not get a, it will not be
Can you
caught.
share your screen? Can you share
1
your
second.
screen, sir?
1 second. If you make any syntax mistake in your code, indent error or syntax error, that will not be caught by except block. There are few more types of error also, like keyboard interrupt error and all. But mostly if you are having any syntax error or if you are having any indentation error, that will not be caught by except error. That's why I told you, that's why I wrote this line here. That compile time errors, which cannot be anticipated, syntax error, indentation error. If you make these errors, you cannot anticipate it so that, in indentation error is there, I will catch it. No. If you're having syntax error or indentation error, the program will not compile only. So it will never reach the except block. So you will get error anyways. Your program will terminate. Your program will terminate. So syntax error, indentation error are not allowed. But other runtime errors, like type error, name error, file not found error, zero division error, these type of errors you can catch using except. Understood, no? So if you put like this and if you run the code, you see I'm getting indentation error. It is not being caught. So I'm getting this red block. This you have to keep in mind. ठीक है?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll wait for 2 more minutes. Guys, you can leave. Anyone is having any questions, you can ask me.
Yeah, sir, regarding the eval command, right? We can
Hmm.
pass the right data type also, will it be recognized, right? For example, you're passing double quote list, right? Go to the eval command.
Eval,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, you can pass the right data type list directly. Can you pass the list? It
It should be a
only
string.
accepting the string only. Okay.
It should be a string.
Okay. It will be the string.
It should be a string or bytes.
Bytes. Okay. I think bytes is not supported. No? Code
Bytes is
object
there, but
also not
bytes
supported.
usually you will not write.
No, our code object as well, right? Bytes are code objects.
Code object. Code object, I don't know what it means. I've
Mm.
never used it. I will have to check.
Mm.
Okay.
So
We'll finish.
in
We'll close the class.
real time, on what basis, what scenario do we use this in the eval command generally?
You will use it when you are having some Python object. For example, someone has stored some list in a CSV file. So when you read that CSV file, by default, it will be in a string. So it will be a list in a string. So then you have to convert that
Okay. Got
string,
it.
stringified list back to a Python object. Then you will usually use eval.
Well, for examples, in the particular file, we have some string as the list value. If we want to parse the list directly, we can make it in the eval command. That yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I'll stop the recording. Wait 1 second.